And good evening, everybody. Welcome into Cleve Warnock Field on the campus of Trinity Christian School over here in Dublin, Georgia. I am Brett Taylor, alongside me, Coach Chip Champion, and we are live here, ready to call the first game of the 2021 football season for the Westfield Hornets. I'd like to welcome Coach Chip Champion. And, Coach, give us a little bit of indication kind of how things have been going here in fall camp for the Hornets, and what can we look forward to here tonight as we get things kicked off?
Well, I know we're ready to get started. You know, the kids have been working really hard, even back into the spring in the weight room, and then throughout the summer. We were excited about getting a chance to see what we had with a scrimmage at the Ace a couple of weeks ago, but Mother Nature had other plans with two different lightning delays, and finally after playing about 5 minutes of football, we just finally decided that at 10 o'clock that it wasn't worth it. And so this is really sort of our first test to see what we've got. And, you know, it's sort of a mystery. We're going to change things a little bit, especially on the offensive end. So it's just time. It's time to see what we've got and what we need to work on and those kind of things.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's just, as you mentioned, it's kind of that time of year where not only do you have the kickoff of football season, you got a lot of weird weather mixed into the things here, and you got to kind of keep your eyes on that. I know we felt that last week during softball, but I mean, you never know.
And it's every day,
right?
I mean, you get those afternoon thunderstorms, and you're coming inside because of the lightning. You know, we've had several times that we've had to go inside because of the heat regulations that we have now. So,
right,
you know, every day is an adventure. We say this time of the year. You know. You get excited about it, but you also are ready for some cooler weather and a little bit of, you know what you're going to get in October and November a little bit more anyway.
Absolutely. So we'll quickly go to our starting lineups here for Westfield on offense. At wide receiver will be number 2, Brody McDaniel. Coming back, a lot of these guys, you probably heard their names before, especially on the offensive side of the football. At wide receiver, you've also got number 3, Noah Blackman. The other wide receiver, number 5, Ryan Powers. And then rounding out the wide receivers would be number 26, Bishop Smallwood. At quarterback, you have number 11, Hunter Kirkley. And then at running back, number 44, Cameron Kalmbach. The offensive line looks like this. Number 33, Dean Massey. Number 50, Seth Andrews. Number 52, Hudson McGee. Number 62, Cole Miller. Number 72, Tanner Roberson. And one name you probably don't see there is number 9, Gavin Vining. And, Coach, unfortunately, and don't want to start things off on a damper here, but he's out with a season-ending leg injury, and we just hope that he gets back for next season and gets healthy later on in the year.
It's unfortunate, but it's part of football, and, you know, we're going to miss Gavin tremendously. You know, he's probably one of the best athletes we've got in the school, and you know, all those rushing yards he had from last year we're going to miss. So, you know, somebody else has got to step up. And good thing is this year we've got some pretty good numbers, so that really helps us out.
Yeah, absolutely. I think I counted like 55 or 57 on the roster, somewhere in there. So, yeah, you're right. I mean, definitely from a few years ago, roster number is back up, which is what you like to see to try to help build that depth. But you're right. I mean, you think about Westfield last year, probably played John Millage about as close as anybody did there in the semifinal game. And Gavin Vining was a big reason for that, and you hate to see him not be there, but hey, you just got to keep on going because we hadn't even played game 1 yet, so you got to figure out how to do it without him.
It's part of the game.
Absolutely.
I mean, you know, and that's why you try to get all these kids out to play, and you get them ready to play because you know that you're going to need them at some point.
Absolutely. So we'll quickly look at the starters here for Westfield on defense. At defensive backs, you've got 4 of them. Number 2, Brody McDaniel. Number 10, Billy Jack Gregory. Number 25, Trey Hardy. And number 26, Bishop Smallwood. At linebackers, you have number 8, Coleman Williams, who was a force last year. Number 16, Bryant Greer, who also played very key minutes for the Hornets. And number 30, Brady Greer. And then at defensive line, you have number 50, Seth Andrews, number 51, William Stringer, number 55, Luke White, and number 62, Cole Miller. I'm not sure why that came out, Coleman. But nonetheless, Westfield will start off on defense like that. And, again, we'll probably need to warn you, we got the speaker right up above our right side here, right above Coach Chip Champion. I put him in a great spot here tonight.
You always do.
So just bear with us on that. We apologize. It's always interesting to figure out where you're going to be at opposing teams' fields. But nonetheless, we are about set here for the coin toss, and we'll stay put and figure out if Westfield's going to be receiving or defending.
Looks like the way the official indicated, Trinity won the toss, and they're going to receive the football.
So Westfield will go on defense, and we'll get the football coming out of second half. It looks like they're going to defend, what is that, the east goal? Or, excuse me, the west goal?
That'd be the west goal.
Right.
Yeah.
So on the right side of your screen, and it looks like we're going to get going here pretty quickly. We hadn't had a national anthem. I assume we'll get that shortly. So, but nonetheless, what we'll do is we'll take a quick break. Westfield will come back after the break and be on defense first. You're watching Westfield Hornet football right here on the Middle Georgia Sports Network.
The Middle Georgia Sports Network is excited to bring to you another year of live prep sports action. Whether it's on the gridiron, the diamond, or the hardwood, MGSN has you covered. For the past 7 years, we have been there for region championships, state championships, and everything in between. We look forward to another 7 years of coverage, as you can always count on the Middle Georgia Sports Network. The Middle Georgia Sports Network is excited to bring to you another year of live prep sports action. Whether it's on the gridiron, the diamond, or the hardwood, MGSN has you covered. For the past 7 years, we have been there for region championships, state championships, and everything in between. We look forward to another 7 years of coverage, as you can always count on the Middle Georgia Sports Network.
I chose to get the vaccine because I did not want to risk getting sick myself and taking that virus home to my family or to my elderly grandparents.
My mother and grandmother are cancer survivors, so I just wanted to make sure that I'm as safe as possible.
I did it for my family, to keep them safe and to keep me safe.
There is a choice now, and I chose to make that choice for my friends and my family.
I have 4 grandparents who are still living, and I realized after some research that this was the best way I could protect them and the community at large.
As a physician, I feel it's important to get vaccinated for the masses to prevent overcrowding of our ICUs.
I got the vaccine to protect myself and also to protect my mother.
I would ask people, when you consider getting vaccinated for the COVID-19 virus, not only consider your own risk stratification, but also your role in the community.
Westfield is a challenging environment.
It's a Christian school, it's a Christian environment.
And it provides students with great opportunities. Definitely all the teachers, they prepare you for college, they help you with some problems that they'll give you some real life experiences that will help you with college.
Every teacher that I have in any of my classes is always telling us that they're here after school. They're always willing to answer any questions we might have.
Westfield is a harder school, but it challenges you and it gets you ready for college.
And I think Westfield gave me such a great Christian environment that I can actually have the freedom to express my faith.
Westfield provides a lot of great opportunities for students to learn and for students to grow and for students to learn more about themselves.
I'm involved in a lot of extracurricular activities. I play football, baseball, basketball, and I run track.
I love the contact sport. I love the ability to get my feelings and aggression out throughout the hard day or hard week out at practice. I was a part of the Westfield wrestling team when I was a freshman, and that's also the year when I played soccer. So it was been fun, and I'm going to play soccer again in my senior year, and hopefully I will probably be the captain of the soccer team.
I enjoy just spending time with my teammates and getting to just rep the green and gold like everyone else has in the past.
On Thursdays, we get to go out and with the football team, and we get our chaplain out there, and he does a great job. And I think on a Thursday that's great to do because day before the game and get to think about God and just choices in life, and that's kind of what the game of football is like. What I like about Westfield is just the family atmosphere that we have here. The teachers are just great, the coaches are great.
Even though I was not here when I started school, I came in and it was like everyone acted like I had been here the whole time. It's an environment where everyone just accepts you and wants to get to know you like they would have known you, like all of their friends that have been here since the beginning of grade school.
I just like the atmosphere that you have here. Everybody, they truly care about you.
Everyone in my grade, we're so close together. I think of them as my brothers and sisters almost, because they know me so well and I know them so well.
I think the most important thing that happened to me while I spent my time in Westfield is that I actually become a Christian, and then I actually find my faith, and I think Westfield gave me such a great Christian environment that I can actually have the freedom to express my faith to.
And welcome back into Cleve Warnock Field on the campus of Trinity Christian School here in Dublin, Georgia. Coach Champion, we're almost set here for the start of the 2021 season.
Finally.
It's exciting, and we're about to have both squads come out here on the field, and football's back, and that's a good thing, especially with all the things that are going on around the world.
Yeah, that's a really good thing. You know, we had some coaches meetings this summer, and we were really hoping we'd never have to mention the word COVID again, but unfortunately, you know, we all know that we're having to deal with it a little bit. So, you know, we're thankful we're doing, you know, each time we get to take the field and compete and go to school, we're thankful that we get to.
Right. Yeah, I mean, it's just one of those things where you never know, you know, what the atmosphere is going to be like as far as COVID goes, so you just got to kind of do the things that you know you got to do to stay being able to play.
Well, you got to make sure you're doing everything you can to play, and know that you're going to have interruptions along the way.
Right.
You sort of have to take it as it comes. You know, obviously, you know, first and foremost, the safety of our students is first.
Right.
But at the same time, we want to give them the opportunities to participate, to go to school and play ball and that kind of thing. You know, the other day we had a middle school softball game and it rained, and we spent about 45 minutes working on the field, and I had a parent ask me, he said, why did y'all go to all that trouble for a middle school game? And I'm like, we never know what tomorrow brings. So.
Right, absolutely. And hopefully, you know, knock on wood, you don't have any interruptions in any major outbreaks, if you will, but that has plagued some Middle Georgia teams already.
I mean, it's happening. I venture to say there are probably 25, 30 games in the state that aren't being played tonight, and you know, some in our local area. And when it starts hitting close to home, you have to sit up and take notice a little bit, and that's why you want to do everything you can to be able to play these games.
So we're almost set to kick. Get you the numbers on who's kicking.
It's going to be Jackson
Slade.
Yep.
So not Ty Shelton anymore. It'll be Jackson Slade, number 14.
For Westfield, number 14, Jackson Slade.
So
for the Crusaders will be Carson Martin and Mitchell Gay.
So number 1, Carson Martin and Mitchell Gay will be back to receive for the Crusaders. So we're just about set here as toe meets leather. The ball will be taken at about the 16-yard line, and a nice tackle right there at about the 22-yard line.
That's Trey Hardy on the tackle.
So Trey Hardy coming up with a big tackle for Westfield, and that'll be where Trinity Christian starts their drive.
It's crazy for me to say some of these names in a varsity game because some of these guys played for me in middle school.
Right.
So it's weird, a little bit weird to see them on a varsity field tonight. A little delay as they swap the football. I guess the officials have to get into season mode as well.
So fake the handoff, quarterback keeps it, and he'll be tackled at about the 24-yard line.
In talking to the coaches this week, I know they had talked about a lot. They've seen a lot of option last week. Trinity beat Edmund Burke last week. I think it was 21-14, something like that.
Right. So we will see them break the huddle here yet again. They have one back to the left of the quarterback, two to the right and two to the left. And they'll snap the ball, looking to throw a little bubble route out to the receiver, inside slot receiver. I cannot see these numbers. I forgot.
That's number 11, I think.
Number 11, that is Davis Moffitt.
Yeah, those numbers are hard to.
And number 4, Jim Coleman, with the nice completion. So we will see what happens here. Snap back to Coleman. Handoff. Stutter step. Good job of Westfield coming up in pursuit on the tackle there. That's number 2, Kyle Curry. Picks up a couple yards. It'll bring up 2nd down and 8.
Yeah, looks like Noah Blackman on the tackle and Coleman Williams. Or excuse me, Brody McDaniel, not Noah. Have to get these numbers straight.
That's the thing. It's interesting to remember all the right numbers. So ball snap, fake the handoff. Quarterback going to keep it, and he's tackled hard. I believe that's Coleman Williams on the tackle.
Yeah, he paid for that one a little bit. That was a lick heard up here.
Absolutely. So 3rd down and
for our defense to hopefully get us a stop and get our offense on the field.
So 3rd down and 8 with about 10 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Westfield on defense first. The ball thrown deep, and he has him beat. Ball is caught. That's number 3, Jack Polhill, and he is able to get past McDaniel. And that is a touchdown for Trinity. Wow. Hey, what? He just went right by him.
Yeah, we got caught up on the little double move right there.
Wow. So a great pass from Coleman to Polhill, and he's able to scamper in for the touchdown. And that's 6-0 to start this season, at least for Westfield. I know Trinity played Edmund Burke last week and won 21-14. As number 16 on for the extra point. It is up and it is good. That is number 16, Zane Shirley. So with 9 minutes and 44 seconds, 9 minutes and 40 seconds to go here in the first quarter, Westfield trails 7-0. We will take a quick break, come back with more of the first quarter right here on the Middle Georgia Sports Network.
Westfield is a challenging environment.
It's a Christian school, it's a Christian environment.
And it provides students with great opportunities. Definitely all the teachers, they prepare you for college, they help you with some problems that they'll give you some real life experiences that will help you with college.
Every teacher that I have in any of my classes is always telling us that they're here after school. They're always willing to answer any questions we might have.
Westfield is a harder school, but it challenges you and it gets you ready for college.
And I think Westfield gave me such a great Christian environment that I can actually have the freedom to express my faith.
Westfield provides a lot of great opportunities for students to learn and for students to grow and for students to learn more about themselves.
And welcome back to Trinity Christian Dublin. Zane Shirley will be on the kick for the Crusaders. And he'll pooch kick it into no man's land, and that will be caught by number 2, McDaniel. He's going to take it, go to the outside, gets a great block, cuts it upfield, and he gets across midfield inside the 40, and Westfield will have outstanding field position to start this drive on the pooch kick that Brody McDaniel was able to get upfield and picked up great yardage, Coach.
We did a nice job of blocking right there. It looked like everybody had somebody a hat on somebody, and that's the danger of that little pooch kick. Is sometimes you're going to give up good field position no matter what, and it's tough when you're giving up field position on your side of the field after a kickoff.
Well, and the good thing right there was McDaniel didn't panic. He just got upfield, and he got a great block. I did not see who it was, and he was able to cut back across the grain, snap back to Kirkley, throw on the way to Powers. Powers gets upfield and gets across the 30-yard line. I tell you what, I can already see what it seems like is the desire here for the coaching staff, and that's to get the ball in their playmakers' hands, and Ryan Powers is that.
Yes, such a raw talent.
I mean,
but
he's got a great
really
look
good
about
athlete.
him.
Really good athlete.
We may have a measurement here, either that or we got an equipment issue, but
it looks like it's awful close. The White Hat's going to come in and take a look at it, and they're going to give us the first down.
Wow. Yep. So a little bit of diplomacy on the far sideline, we'll call it.
Well, I mean, it was close over there. Let's put it that way.
Well, he definitely got across the 30-yard line.
Yeah.
So first down and 10 for Westfield. Gets the ball out in space. I think that's McDaniel that's Bishop Smallwood, I believe, number 3.
And no, that's actually Noah Blackman.
Noah Blackman, sorry.
Yeah.
Bishop Smallwood is 26. I apologize. So second down and 8, we'll call it. Westfield going to go in the hurry up. And Hunter Kirkley snaps the ball. Not a good snap. Looking to throw. He throws it deep to Ryan Powers, just outside the stretch of the inside slot receiver. That was a nice little.
That was you did it to us. We're going to do it to you.
Right. Hey, I tell you what, though, you got to think if you're Coach Fitzpatrick, this is probably 4-down territory in this kind of no man's land area.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
So 8:36 to go here in the first quarter. Westfield trails 7-0. But they're driving here, knocking on the door at the 28-yard line, and they're going to hand the ball off to Kalmbach. He has a big hole up the middle. He'll be just shy of the first down.
Looks like he's going to be about a yard short.
And that was a definite I'm going to go for it third down call right there on the draw play. Fourth down and 2 now.
Mark it back just a little bit.
Fourth down.
So either going to have a quick screen out here, I would assume, or maybe even something like a speed option or something.
A slant or.
And this is a hard play to defend. Yeah. And they're going to give it to Kalmbach. He may not have it. That was going to be close.
It's going to be really close. Looks like we.
Second effort maybe got the first down for Kalmbach.
It's hard to tell from here, but it looks like we got it.
Yep. Just got it. So good second effort right there by the running back, Kalmbach.
And that was a big play right there.
A senior night here for Trinity Christian. And you can definitely see that they came out ready to go here on senior night with a big third down conversion for a touchdown. I don't know why the clock's not running.
I'm not sure either.
We're going to throw the bubble screen, and the ball dropped by Blackman.
But they're going to rule that it was a forward pass.
So that'll bring up second down and 10. And right there just heard some footsteps trying to get upfield before he caught the ball.
Yep, a lot of traffic right there. It's got to be a lot of focus on that ball.
So Westfield, again, staying in there 4 wide. You got 2 left, 2 to the right. Kalmbach to the right of Kirkley. 7:46 to go here in the first quarter. Snap back to Kirkley. Drops back, looking to throw. Going to throw across the middle, high, picked off. Ball is being returned. I can't make out the number. He's going to be tackled inside the 20 at the 19-yard line of Trinity Christian. But nonetheless, Westfield is turned away on the high throw across the middle. And Trinity Christian will get the football back at their own 20. And that is not the conclusion to that drive that you wanted if you're Coach Fitzpatrick.
No, but you saw some good things right there. You got to execute just a little bit better on some things. Good thing is they got to go the length of the field at this point. So defense has got to find a way to get a stop.
So Coleman in the shotgun, fakes to the back, going to hand it off, and he is stuck in the backfield. Probably going to lose 3. Maybe 4 on the play. That's Curry on the carry.
Yeah, he tried to cut back and looked like that was one of the Brady twins or one of the Greer twins over there that did a good job of not over pursuing.
So that's either Bryant or Brady.
That's Bryant.
Was that Bryant?
Yep.
So 16, Bryant Greer.
I've been around them 2 years, and I still have a hard time telling
I'm glad you
them
can keep them apart because I can't.
The only reason I can is the numbers.
Right, and they, as you said, they look very similar in the uniforms as well. So unless you make out that number, you don't have a chance. Under 7 to go here. Westfield trails 7-0. Trinity Christian has been very opportunistic so far. And Coleman going to roll out, throws it backside, and that ball will be out of bounds. Good defense right there by number 11, I believe, Billy Jack Gregory.
10, I think.
10,
he's wearing
sorry.
10. Yeah, he's wearing 10 because Hunter's wearing 11.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Billy Jack Gregory. He wore 11 last year, right?
Honestly, I don't remember what I had for breakfast this morning.
Maybe he did.
Much
I don't
less
know. I'm not gonna swear to it.
You asking me to remember something from a year ago.
So 3rd down and 12, which honestly that play is probably designed to either go for a home run or possibly get a pass interference call right there. Because you're in 3rd and a hole now. And ball snapped back to Coleman. Got heavy rush on him. Coming up is Greer, and he's going to just throw it away. Yeah. He'll be lucky. He did get outside the tackle box. I don't know what the rule is on high school level.
It's not the same as is in college.
So we'll see if they're having a little bit of a conference, but I do know there was a receiver on that side of the field. So we'll see what the call is.
Yeah, and
they do call it. Wow.
Yep.
So that will simply be a spot foul.
Yeah.
On the intentional grounding, and that'll push the ball back inside the 10-yard line, I believe.
Yep. Yeah, the college rule is once you get outside the pocket, you can throw it anywhere, but in high school it's not that way. The only question was that receiver that was down the field
Close
in
enough.
the area. And
well, I know he was underneath, but that ball was thrown past the 30. So
yeah, I think the folks in the first row were a little bit closer. So
the only thing the receiver could say is, "Hey, it went over my head." I mean,
yeah. So that's going to back the Crusaders up, make them their punter have to stand in the end zone.
So that ball was started at the 19. That'll be 4th down and 22 for the Crusaders. 6:32 to go here in the first quarter. Westfield trails 7-0, and the Hornets had a good drive last time out, ended in an interception close to the end zone. That ball snapped back low. Kick is away. That ball is ugly but will roll. Powers takes possession at about the 46-yard line, gets upfield. Great block right there by Smallwood.
Yeah.
Ooh, they're going to call.
Back,
Wow, that's close.
Yeah.
But down to Trinity 25-yard line. Well, let's check the flag on the field.
Westfield will still have great field position, but it'll bring it back to probably the 49-yard line of the Crusaders, I would assume.
Yeah,
based on where the spot of the flag is.
That's going to be a costly penalty, and that's one of those
about 20 yards in field position.
That's one of those plays, whether it is or not, they're going to call that one a lot of times because of the safety aspect.
And it's against the grain of the flow of the game, if you will.
Yep.
So you're right.
Call will be blocking the back against Westfield.
Yeah, they're doing it from the end of the run. They need to do it from about the 39-yard line.
They're going to actually do it from the spot of the foul. So.
Yeah.
So it's going to be right around midfield where we'll get the ball.
Yep. 49-yard line, 1st down and 10 for the Hornets with 6:18 to go here in the first quarter. And the Hornets had a great drive the last time going. They were not able to convert. They had the interception there. And we'll see what they can do. Here's a ball snapped back to Kirkley. Handed off up the middle. The ball comes out, and we'll see who has it.
You never know what's going on down on the bottom of that. And it's going to be their ball.
Wow.
Ball's going to be loose on the play.
And the clock was still running the whole time. Gotta love that.
Take over first down and 10 from their own 47-yard line.
Wow. So early mistakes for Westfield has cost them, and Trinity has taken advantage one time, and they're going to try to take advantage again. Great field position for the Crusaders at their own 47-yard line after the fumble.
Yeah, 2 costly mistakes right there.
2 turnovers, and that's the thing. You may look at this on paper and think Westfield's probably outmanning, but
I think
can't turn the football over.
Well, and part of the difference at this point is they've played a game and we haven't.
That's true.
I mean, that's there's a lot to be said for that.
That's
so
definitely true.
You see how the game
progresses.
That's why we play 4 quarters.
Right. So Coleman in the backfield, ball going to be snapped, handoff, and tackled quickly. He's going to maybe get back to the line of scrimmage. That's Curry.
And Hudson McGehee on the tackle did a really good job of fighting off the block right there.
So he does get a yard maybe? That's
maybe,
Curry on
maybe 6 inches.
Second down and 10 for the Crusaders.
So we'll call it 2nd and 10 because that's what they called it inside the stadium. And the Crusaders will come to the line of scrimmage again, and they're more in like a not shotgun, but a pistol formation with a back behind him, and almost broke through right there. Good tackle. Ball comes out late, but they're going to say his forward progress was stopped.
Curry on the carry of the middle.
So Curry almost busted quickly. That was a pistol formation with an offset fullback, and they handed it off quickly, and he picked up 2. That'll bring up 3rd down and 8 for the Crusaders. Westfield desperately wants to get off the field, and it looks like Curry comes up a little bit hurt there. That may be why he lost the football.
Yeah, he banged up.
3rd down and 8, Westfield. Man, Westfield's got some big kids down there.
Yeah, we do.
That weight room. 3 wide to the right, 1 to the left here. Trying to match up here. Going to roll right, looking to throw out in the flats, and he's going to fall down right where he catches it, and they're going to say no, he dropped it.
Yeah, they're going to say incomplete.
So 4th down and 8. We'll see what Trinity does here as a designed a pretty good play. If he stays on his feet, he probably gets upfield close to the first down.
He gets close enough where it's a hard decision about going for it or not.
So good play design right there, just not able to execute and keep his footing. I'm sure there's probably a good bit of condensation, humidity, whatever you want to call it down there.
I don't know.
Did it rain over here earlier?
I don't know if it did. I know it did in Perry. It rained pretty good there for a little bit.
Yeah, it was coming down sideways at my house.
Well, we had a bunch of lightning that actually ended up costing us softball practice today. So,
and Power's going to get up underneath it at the 25-yard line. And, looks like we got a flag. That is not good.
Yep.
That's number 55 for Westfield, Luke White. And he may be out of the game.
Yep.
That is going to be a lot of paperwork for Coach Champion.
Also a timeout charge to Westfield. That'll be their first charge timeout of the half.
So Westfield going to take the timeout. That is no bueno for the home team, for the visiting team. And they threw number 55, Luke White, out. So that means he'll miss the game next week as well.
That is correct.
Woo. So that is not good for the Hornets. A lack of discipline there, getting upset. There's probably no telling what was said or done, but nonetheless, you can't throw a punch.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Early indication, unsportsmanlike penalty called against Westfield.
So Coach Fitt's going to get an explanation. I think it's probably one of the stupidest things in sports for somebody to hit a football player that has a helmet on. Doesn't make any sense to me.
No, none whatsoever.
We used to get in fights at football practice, and I'm like, why are you hitting me in the head with your hand? That doesn't make any sense. It's only going to hurt you.
Ask you Noah for the Braves.
Yep.
It cost you half a season or better.
And
And essentially this is going to cost him 2 games, which is a fifth of your season.
Right. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. You can't sacrifice. He's an 11th grader,
Yep.
but still, I mean.
Well, and he's played a lot of football, so he knows better.
Right, yeah, I mean, but if that's a senior making that kind of mistake too, as the Braves are trailing early to the Giants up at Truist Park.
Yeah.
2-0.
2-0 Bravos?
No, the Giants.
The Giants
are, and it's in a delay in the first inning. So handoff to Kalmbach, who gets upfield for a first down, and Westfield will
gets us out of that hole.
Get out of that hole, as Coach Champion mentioned, and will move the chains, but they're going to have to go a long way to try to score the first points of the season. You've seen a lot of explosiveness from the Hornets so far in this game, but you haven't seen them complete the drives and score. I don't know why the clock is not running after a first down.
Yeah.
And Kirkley going to keep it. Hunter upfield, picks up another first down. Good block right there by Kalmbach. A lot of trash talking after the play by both teams. Don't know what the deal is.
Yep.
On the carry, home 37-yard line will be first down and 10. Westfield.
We're going to be here all night if the clock never starts.
I have no idea after a first down why the clock's not running.
This game's going to take 8 hours to play.
I think they've forgotten that it's not a dead ball after a first down.
Pass complete to Kalmbach.
So a pass out in the flat to Kalmbach, actually probably thrown behind Kalmbach.
It looks like he's shaking up.
So Kalmbach going to get up a little bit gingerly. Well, you know how those first games go. They're normally about 3 hours long.
Oh, yeah.
You got penalties. You got water breaks. You got clock issues, all kinds of stuff. So, unfortunately, Kalmbach is down on the field with a Houston Healthcare injury timeout. I'd like to thank all of our sponsors, the ABE Group, Sonova Securities, the Westfield Booster Club, the Westfield School, and also Sonic for helping bringing you the broadcast this season, and specifically like to thank our Westfield Booster Club. We'll have that post-game show coming up later on in the night, and we will, in our coming up broadcast, we'll have listed out all of our great sponsors to the Westfield Booster Club, all the companies that support athletics at Westfield, and I'd like to thank all of them as we have an injury timeout down on the field, so we'll stay here.
Yeah, all of those folks that help us with the athletic programs is huge for us because it allows us to do a lot of things for our student athletes and our different teams. So we greatly appreciate all their support and all the hard work of our Booster Club steering committee that they do all the leg work out there. So
absolutely. So that was a inbound second down play to Kalmbach. And that'll pick up a first down. Good job blocking inside for Westfield.
Number 24, Porter Falk on the carry up the middle.
So that was an injury timeout after a second down play inbounds. That should have been clock should have been running there.
Well, and the clock should be running now too.
There it goes. Finally. Woo! And reading that end, doing a great job. Kalmbach up the field across the 20. Is that Porter Falk?
It's actually Porter Falk there.
Great job by Porter Falk, giving a little bit of a burst. Sorry about that, Porter. And that'll be another first down and 10 for Westfield. 3:20 to go here in the first quarter.
Nice job by Kirkley and Porter
reading
on
it
the read
perfectly.
option. Yeah.
Kind of drawing that defensive end in.
Yeah, it looks like we're just going to be just short of first and goal.
What are we doing here? They call a timeout?
Yeah, Trinity had to call timeout because they had some substitution issues going on.
So we'll take a quick break. Westfield driving here inside the 15-yard line, down 7-0. You're watching Westfield Hornet football right here on the Middle Georgia Sports Network.
The Middle Georgia Sports Network is excited to bring to you another year of live prep sports action. Whether it's on the gridiron, the diamond, or the hardwood, MGSN has you covered. For the past 7 years, we have been there for region championships, state championships, and everything in between. We look forward to another 7 years of coverage, as you can always count on the Middle Georgia Sports Network.
And welcome back into Cleve Warnock Field. Westfield trails Trinity 7-0. Coach Champion, 3:10 to go here in the first quarter, and the Hornets have done some good things, but they've also turned the football over.
Yeah, you feel like you're in pretty good shape. You're only down 7-0 with 2 turnovers in the first quarter. I think a lot of that's nerves and just shaking a little rust off. I mean, quite honestly, this is our scrimmage.
And Kirkley does pull the ball, not smartly, but able to make up for it and pick up some yardage there. Yep. He probably should have given that. Probably would have been a touchdown.
Well, they did a good job playing it that time. I mean, to play that read option, you almost have to slow play it a little bit.
Right.
And he did a really good job right there. Hunter was able to break a tackle and make something out of nothing there.
Right. Yeah, he ended up picking up almost 4 yards on the play, which is crazy because he was dead to rights in the backfield.
Should have been a loss of a couple.
Right. Kirkley in the shotgun. He's going to drop back, looking to throw. He's going to scramble, get upfield, gets out of it inside the 5, short of the goal line. Good job by Trinity to keep him out of the end zone. Gets to about the 2-yard line, and it'll bring up 3rd and goal from there.
Looks like we can get a first down.
Okay, yeah, because they would normally lay the chains down.
Well, it looks like we're going to have to be inside the 1 to do so. But.
So we'll call it 3rd and 2. Probably going to have to get to about the 6-inch line to get a first down.
Yep.
But still, Kirkley, snap back, handoff to Kalmbach. Kalmbach loses the ball again, and it looks like Trinity's on top of it, and they are, and it'll bring up 1st down and 10, and what a stop again. Was that Kalmbach or was that Porter Falls?
I don't know. That's the dilemma you have with the read option is that mesh point right there, and not sure. Hard to tell who was at fault there, but
right. Nonetheless, Westfield again shoots themselves in the foot a bit.
Yeah, we've got a bunch of yardage, but nothing to show for it.
So we'll see if they can get that squared away here. Unfortunately, the Hornets have a ton of yardage and not any points to show for it, which we saw this the beginning of last year a good bit. It takes a while to get kind of in sync, especially with the new offense.
Yeah, again, it just takes time.
Right.
It takes time and it takes reps.
And not enough men.
Yeah, it looks like they're having some substitution issues again.
So you're going to have to call another timeout, the second timeout of the half.
Had to burn another timeout there.
We'll stay here. Westfield trails 7-0. Another very good job from Trinity forcing the turnover.
I'm not sure you don't just take that penalty. It's only a 2-yard penalty.
Yeah, I don't know. Do you value 2 yards or the timeout? That's kind of the question.
I value timeouts, but
right.
Especially in the second half. First half, not so much.
I guess they're thinking we're on the 5. That gives us a little bit of breathing room in the shotgun. If we get a bad snap, maybe we have some time to pick it up and get it out of the end zone. I don't know.
Yeah.
Of course, to me, if I'm inside the 5-yard line right here, I'm probably getting under center.
Oh, no doubt.
And then a couple of quarterback sneaks, kick it away.
Well,
if I happen to get a first down, that's even better.
I'm old school. So I'd definitely be under center right there.
Well,
but that's why I'm sitting up here, not down there.
Even a shotgun offense should take plenty of snaps under center, in my opinion, in situations like this.
Well, yeah, you need to be multiple in everything that you do.
I remember Georgia Southern, first year they transitioned to FBS, played NC State, was at the goal line, and because we were a shotgun only team, didn't know how to take a snap under center, fumbled the ball at the goal line, and lost by a point or something.
You sound bitter about that one.
Well, yeah, because it's gonna put them back. So that delay game penalty wouldn't have hurt them anyways.
Right.
So now they get the penalty and they lose the timeout. No, I'm not bitter about it.
Yeah.
But then we did it again against Georgia Tech.
Yes.
And then we did it against Georgia. And then we finally we did beat Florida a few years ago. Then we choked against Minnesota up against them.
That's been a long time ago now.
2013.
Yeah. That is a long time ago.
It is. 2015 against Georgia. But we weren't playing a normal Georgia team, I'll give you that, but still.
Yep. But still, you take whatever you can get.
Right. Especially when you're at our level. But Coleman in the shotgun. Snap back, going to keep it, and good job by Westfield.
Looks like we're going to.
Is that a safety?
Yeah. Yep, it's going to be a safety. Yep.
Yes, it is.
Wow.
Yep.
Scrimmage the goal line. That'll be a safety
Yep.
for Westfield.
So who had the bet that our first score of the year would be a safety?
Well, I can tell you this. It was definitely me, and I think that you owe me some money.
Oh, okay.
I'm just kidding.
Well, good thing is you can't get water out of a rock.
Right. What is it, blood out of a turnip?
Yep, exactly. So,
that's an unusual way.
Yeah, you don't get that very often to score your first points of the season on a safety, but a good job right there. And that penalty did come back to hurt.
It did. And the fact is, being a shotgun, and we talked about it, you're primarily in the gun, and that's difficult when you're giving up 3 yards to start it as opposed to a half a yard under center. And I think that you, if you're Trinity, I mean, you just got to rely on this defense one more time because they've done a good job of bowing their necks when they've had to.
Yeah, well, and we've inflicted some of the wounds ourselves.
Right, they were self-inflicted, no doubt, but if you're a Trinity fan, you're saying we got to make the fumble recoveries, we got to make the interceptions. Westfield's had, 3 turnovers now, and one of them was an overthrow. 2 of them were just straight cough-ups.
You feel good about where you are. I mean, you're 5 points down, and you've turned the ball over 3 times.
Right. So 1:37 to go here. And Westfield will get the football on the kickoff back deep to receive, and that is, I think, Blackman. And he gets knocked pretty hard at about the 49-yard line.
Keeps his feet and makes a couple more guys come up and tackle.
I think that was Cruz Giles on the tackle for Trinity. Number 14. Maybe number 10, Ty Orr. So the Hornets will bring up first down and 10 for them at their own, at the Trinity 49-yard line.
It seems like we played the whole game on that side of the field.
And I know that their defense has to be tired because they have not had the football. Even on their first drive, they probably had, 6 plays maybe?
Well, and you would hope that at some point our depth will help pay off for us a little bit too.
School pictures will be taken this Tuesday, August 31st. Don't forget.
So Kirkley in the shotgun and going to hand the ball off to Falk, I believe.
No, I think
is that Kalmbach?
Kalmbach back into the game. It's hard to tell 24 and
44. Yeah, they should have given them 36. Porter should have changed numbers to 21 or something.
But that was Kalmbach back in the ball game, so that's good news for the Hornets.
Yeah, you definitely need that depth between him and Porter. Porter probably gives you a little bit more speed, but both of them got some good. Yeah, both of them have very good speed and moves. Kalmbach probably a little bulkier. Going to hand off to Kalmbach up the middle. Great blocking up front, and he breaks it loose inside the 10, and he's not even going to care about having to go in from the 20-yard line or 25-yard line. He just takes it all the way in from about 38 yards. So Westfield will score their first touchdown of the year, and it'll be a long run by Cameron Kalmbach. Great run. Good blocking up front from the Hornets.
Yeah, really good blocking up front. Once he got through that first level, that was it.
So do you think, looking at this, we will see the Hornets under center at all this year?
I wouldn't rule it out,
right?
But I would think we would be
primarily
out of the gun.
So Jackson Slade on for the extra point attempt. Blackman down for the, I think that's McDaniel down for the hold. And the attempt is up and good. And Westfield now leads 9-7. We'll take a quick break, 56 seconds. I don't know why the clock ran during a extra point, but it did. 49 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Everybody's struggling so far. And Westfield finally gets on the scoreboard with a safety and a touchdown. We'll take a quick break and come back right here on the Middle Georgia Sports Network.
I chose to get the vaccine because I did not want to risk getting sick myself and taking that virus home to my family or to my elderly grandparents.
My mother and grandmother are cancer survivors, so I just wanted to make sure that I'm as safe as possible.
I did it for my family, to keep them safe and to keep me safe.
There is a choice now, and I chose to make that choice for my friends and my family.
And Westfield finally gets back on the scoreboard here in their first game of the 2021 season. They get a safety on Coleman, the quarterback from Trinity Christian, inside the TCS end zone, and then Westfield's able to get the ensuing kickoff and drive all the way down and score on a long Cameron Kalmbach touchdown. We got a kickoff here, and it is taken inside the 20 and tackled quickly at about the 24-yard line, and that was Porter Falk, Jim Coleman, number 4, with the return, and the quarterback will start things at about the 25-yard line of the TCS Crusaders. 43 seconds to go here in the first quarter, and kind of a mixed bag so far for both squads.
Yeah, well, it's early in the season. I mean, you're playing a football game in August. You figure it's going to be a little bit sloppy.
Right.
Penalties, turnovers, and that kind of thing.
Yeah, it sounds like Trinity Christian won a close ball game last week against Edmund Burke to start the season, and as you mentioned, they came out a little bit crisper than the Hornets did, simply for the fact that they had a game under their belt.
Yeah.
So Coleman in the backfield, back to his left. He's going to drop back, looking to throw deep. Throw is, and a great job by Billy Jack Gregory, just playing the man right there. And
pass intended for Shrey Patel.
Patel is the intended receiver. Billy Jack Gregory with a great coverage out there. And Westfield forces a 2nd down and 10 for the Crusaders.
Yeah, that was a really good job right there by Billy Jack to stay with him. It looked like that double move, he was going to bite on it again.
Well, good job right there. I noticed he was not looking at all at the ball. He was looking at the man, and he, as soon as the hands went up, he just slapped and kind of timed it. So good job right there. You see Kirby Smart, Nick Saban teaching that technique. Coleman rolling right, throw a little bit high over the hands.
Pass intended for Patel, falls in.
And that's Patel again, the intended receiver. And that's the 3rd down and 10. And this is kind of dangerous time, I think, for Trinity.
Yeah.
You don't want to turn the ball over here inside your territory. You don't want to give the ball back to a hot Westfield offense. And your defense has got to be a little winded. I know you probably got a lot of kids going both ways, but still.
That's the drawback to a fast-paced offense.
Right.
Is you can go 3 and out and only burn a handful of seconds off the clock and get your defense right back out there.
More plays.
Yep. Which that is the goal of the spread offense, but it can also – defensive coordinators don't like it. Let's put it that way.
And that pass is way too high. Trying to get rid of it quickly because he didn't have a whole lot of time.
Some miscommunication there. And here we are. We've burned, like 20 seconds off the clock?
Yeah, that was intended for Mitchell Gay. So 4th down and 10, not a yard picked up by the Hornets. Excuse me, by the Crusaders. And just got not good news from the home front.
Uh-oh.
The baby's sick.
Uh-oh.
Yep, no bueno.
Not good.
B is sick. As that kick is away, Ryan Powers back and gets upfield. Ryan Powers and spins around down to about the 35-yard line with 9 seconds left.
Well, good job there by Coleman Williams. He had an opportunity to block the guy in the back again and pulled up. Good, smart move right there.
So 1st down and 10 for the Hornets inside of 10 seconds, and great field position at about the 36-yard line for the Hornets. And Kirkley in the backfield takes the snap, looking to throw.
Got all day.
Across the middle and threw it way behind him. And why is the clock still running?
Pass falls incomplete, intended for Noah Blackman. That'll bring up 2nd down and 10 for the Hornets.
Doesn't run, does run. Who knows?
That was bad.
Yeah.
I mean, there was 4 seconds it ran off. So under a second to play in the first quarter. Handoff. I believe that's Kalmbach. He picks up 5.
That's actually Porter.
Was that Porter?
We got to figure this out.
Yeah.
The 44-24 thing.
It's not going to be easy. So
it'll be third and about 6, long 6 when we come back.
So we'll take a quick break. Into 1, Westfield 9, Trinity 7. You're watching Hornet football right here on the Middle Georgia Sports Network.
Westfield is a challenging environment.
It's a Christian school, it's a Christian environment.
And it provides students with great opportunities. Definitely all the teachers, they prepare you for college, they help you with some problems that they'll give you some real life experiences that will help you with college.
Every teacher that I have in any of my classes is always telling us that they're here after school. They're always willing to answer any questions we might have.
Westfield is a harder school, but it challenges you and it gets you ready for college.
And I think Westfield gave me such a great Christian environment that I can actually have the freedom to express my faith.
Westfield provides a lot of great opportunities for students to learn and for students to grow and for students to learn more about themselves.
Christian School, and that handoff upfield, I believe that's Porter Falk. And he'll be just short, about 1.5 yards, maybe 2 yards short of the first down.
Yeah, this is a no-brainer right here.
Right. And you may see Kirkley keep it right here.
Yeah, you know that read option's coming.
Yep. I wouldn't even mind a little bit of a speed option to Kalmbach. He seems to be pretty sure-handed. But Porter remains in the game. Of course, you may go with a hard count here, but you're already inside 10 in the play clock.
Yeah.
You need to get in a hurry. Snap back, hand off to Porter. Porter may walk into the end zone. Yeah. And he's being drugged down. They try to strip him. He stays on his feet and does get into the end zone. Just off tackle run, and Porter Falk scores from 20. 7 yards out, somewhere in there?
27 yards.
So a great job right there of Porter Falk scoring from another 27-yard run. You had Kalmbach who scored from over 35, and then Porter Falk in there for a long touchdown run as well on 4th down and 2. And Westfield adds to their lead. It's now 15-7 with the extra point upcoming.
Jackson Slade on the attempt the extra point.
So Slade on for the extra point. The snap is good. Hold down, kick up, and it is good.
Yep.
So we'll stay here. Westfield leads 16-7.
Score. Westfield 16, Trinity 7.
And the clock ran yet again on the extra point. It stopped at about 11:04 after the touchdown, ran down to 10:58. Not sure what's going on. Hopefully that's a trainee learning how to operate the clock up there.
Well, unfortunately, right now, there's a huge shortage of officials.
Yeah, that's why I'm not whining too much about it.
Well, we've actually had to start shuffling our softball schedule around a little bit because there's no umpires to cover games.
Right. Well, think about it. The age range of the guys who do those types of games and the COVID susceptibility.
The game for Tuesday against Brentwood, if you were planning on covering it got moved.
Okay.
So that's how my brain works at this point in the year. But, it's becoming almost crisis mode as far as getting officials because there's just not people getting into it.
Right.
And older ones are getting out of it, and COVID is concerned for some. I mean, it's a perfect storm for shortage of officials at this point.
So Slade will kick here on the kickoff. It is deep to Gay. It goes through his hands, and he will get upfield past the 25 out to the 30-yard line. A good job of Gay recovering on the play.
Gay returns that kick back to Trinity's own 30-yard line.
Yeah, nice job there by Gay because he kept his composure. It's hard to do when you're fumbling that football back there and people bearing down on you.
When it's hot and sticky like this, of course, it's not as terrible. It's 81 degrees is what my watch says. I don't know how accurate or how.
It feels like 180 degrees.
But how much here into this second quarter, getting closer to halftime, do numbers start playing a factor?
Oh, it does, no doubt.
Especially early in the season.
Yeah, no doubt. I guarantee you it's already starting to play a factor, especially when you've got a bunch of guys having to go both ways.
Well, for me, I can just tell you I want to tag out right now and go get a big drink of water, but
no, you're not.
So 1st and 10 at their own 31-yard line. Coleman in the backfield sends a man in motion. Going to hand it off on the jet sweep, and he's going to be – no, he gets out of it. Tackled in the backfield, I thought. Number 17, DJ Taylor, will get about a 2-yard gain on the play, and he will go out of bounds.
On the run around right end.
It looks like he's going to gain about 3.
Right, 3-yard gain on the play. 2nd down and 7.
We did a good job of stringing that thing out and
looked like
forcing him to the sidelines.
Looked like Seth Andrews and number 62. Is that 62 or 52?
That's 52. That's Hudson McGee.
Hudson McGee, yeah. Getting in there and stringing it out, as you said. As you mentioned, Luke White out of the game for, well, you didn't mention it. I did.
Well,
but he's out of the game because of unsportsmanlike. So Westfield a little bit short on that defensive line as well. So snap back on 2nd down and 7. Fakes the handoff, running the option out of the pistol, and he will be tackled for a loss. That is number 25 and number 8, Coleman Williams, and number 25 is Trey Hardy.
Yeah, and he's not going to get any credit on the play, but Bryant Greer did a really good job of forcing the pitch and stringing that thing out so those other guys could come in there and clean it up.
That is a Georgia Southern play, right? A modern Georgia Southern play.
Oh, yeah.
Pistol formation, offset eye. You fake the dive to the fullback. You come off to the tail on the pitch, and right there, great discipline.
Well, it's the modern version of an old school offense.
Right. So trips to the left, one to the right, Coleman in the backfield with Curry to his left. And looks like we may have a flag.
It's going to be a delay of game.
So either a timeout or a delay. Nope, a delay of game.
Delay of game penalty called against the Crusaders.
So that'll be 5 more yards tacked on after the loss of 4 on 2nd down. So 3rd down and 16 for the Crusaders. 9:08 to go here in the first half. Westfield leads by 9, 16-7. Defense getting set. Still got trips to the left, one to the right, single back in the backfield. Coleman looking to throw back. That's going to be overthrown. Billy Jack can't quite come up with it. And that ball is incomplete.
16 for Trinity.
And
nice job there by our defense to force the punt.
And his dad was a big offensive lineman at Houston County back in the day. Billy Jack's dad played college football, so you got to think he's thinking to his son, man, you got to make that play, man.
Oh, yeah.
No.
Oh, yeah.
Good play right there. 4th down and 16, an opportunity. I'm sure he'll have plenty throughout the year to try to complete that interception, but Billy Jack's played big tonight.
Yeah, he has. He's done a really good job.
And Ryan Powers, a very difficult over-the-shoulder catch, gets upfield, nice moves to the outside. He's going to break a few tackles. They're going to call block in the back, a couple of them, 3 of them on Seth Andrews.
Yeah, I think it's going to actually be on Hudson McGee. I'm not sure.
I tell you what, Ryan Powers, what a specimen.
Yep.
I mean, and I don't know if I've seen it for Westfield, and this is changing topics here as we await the penalty. I don't know if I've ever seen a smoother shortstop in the field.
Oh, yeah.
Woo. It's going to be a hold or a block in the back against Westfield. That'll push the Hornets back to their own, to the 50-yard line. So that'll be 1st down and 10 at the 50 for the Hornets. They lead 16-7. And probably about right now, they're smelling a little blood in the water.
Yeah, a score here and you feel a little bit better about things.
Westfield will take over 1st down and 10 from the 50-yard line.
So the Hornets
44 remaining in the first half.
On top 16-7. 8:44 to go here in the first half. The Hornets just half the field to go for a touchdown. They would love to add on more points here in the second quarter.
Seems like we played on one side of the field the whole night.
So handoff, good job of getting in the backfield. There's a flag. That could be a hold.
Not sure what.
We'll watch the flag there.
Slow to get up again.
Unless they're calling, I don't know. That was an odd place for a flag to be thrown.
Not sure if it was a hold or what it.
So they're going to call a hold.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
I decline this maybe if I'm Trinity.
No doubt you decline it. I mean, because we lost yards on the play anyway.
We've got a Houston Healthcare injury timeout. I'd like to thank them for sponsoring, as well as all of our other sponsors for allowing this broadcast to be brought to you and be possible. Hopefully everyone who is tuning in is enjoying the game so far. Westfield had a bit of a rough start, but was able to get things going in the right direction. The Hornets lead 16-7. Kalmbach with the big hit. This will be the second time he has been injured in the game. Hopefully he's just got a few cobwebs that need to be cleaned out. Looks like Mr. Joe Allen down there checking him out.
MacGyver Joe. Joe's done a little bit of everything this week. He's substituted. He's been a middle school teacher.
Did he coach first base last week for the softball, or was
no?
Maybe he was just out there doing something.
Yeah, that was Coach Weatherington.
I think we saw him walking towards that area, and Mandy was like, "Is Joe going to go to coach first base?" I was like, I don't know.
He was probably taking care of the officials. He's been doing a good job of making sure we had one fall out a couple of weeks ago. So
well, probably doing that for both them and yourself to try to make sure you get the game finished.
Oh, absolutely.
So Kirkley drops back, looking to throw, going to set up a screen. Gets upfield. I can't make out the number, but this may go. Brody McDaniel.
Noah Blackman, I think.
Noah Blackman, and he will score. Nobody going to catch him. That is a 64-yard jaunt for Noah Blackman on the bubble screen. And that is a touchdown for the Hornets. And what a luxury to have with all those athletes in the backfield for the Hornets.
Yep.
I mean, those 3 or 4 of them are wingbacks from last year's offense.
Exactly.
And you know those guys in a
put them in space.
In a Ronnie Jones type wingback offense, got to be athletes. And
get athletes, put them in space.
Right. And that really is just an extension of an option pitch or a sweep. So Slade on for the extra point attempt. Westfield leads 22-7. And bad snap, but a good job of getting it down. And that is
Brody
McDaniel. Well, I can tell you this about Brody and Bishop. I can't keep them straight. They're kind of like the Greer brothers. I don't know why I can't keep them straight, but they just got the same build and same look about them.
That's a fairly easy one. The Greer twins, that's pretty tough.
So Westfield on top, 23-7 here.
And we've rattled off 23 straight since we finally got through juggling the football.
No, I was about to say, stop turning over the football. It's amazing what can happen.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. We got unplugged. No, we're still good. I don't know what happened.
Yep. We'll blame it on Kenny.
Yeah, hopefully Kenny's okay. I've just found out we got some sickly ones at our house again. Tell you what, it's not only is it COVID season, which it seems like it's not going to go away anytime soon, but
it's been COVID season for 2 years,
right?
Close to 2 years now.
It's also that time of year where everybody goes back to school and picks up the little bugs.
Oh yeah.
So that's what we're dealing with at our house.
Well, and it's hard to distinguish between the two at this point.
So Westfield leads and will kick off here to start after their touchdown. That ball taken and fumbled again by Gay. Gay trying to get outside. He will this time again outside the 20. And I think he's going to be out at the 21-yard line.
Yeah. He tried to break contain, but we did a pretty good job of stringing him out. So
he could have been inside the 15, but a good job of him escaping. But Westfield, again, he cannot handle the kick.
And if you're Trinity, you need something good to happen to you right now. And if you're the Hornets, you want another quick stop and see if you can add on to this before the end of the half.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. So 8:02 to go here in the first half. Westfield leads 23-7. Looking to throw deep here. Has a man, but overthrows Gay.
And another good job by Billy Jack for on coverage there. He's done a pretty good job, and the secondaries have done a really good job after that first one of the game. I'm sure Coach Kinsler had a little tuning up to do over there after the first one.
Yeah. So 7:55 to go here in the first quarter. And, again, as you mentioned, without much of a run game, you can't really burn the clock if you're Trinity to try to spell your defense a whole lot. You got to hope you get first downs throwing the football, and that one gets out there. Good tackle right there by Westfield, comes up in defense, and I believe
a nice catch by a low ball.
That was McDaniel making the tackle there.
And Taylor for Trinity on the catch.
So 3rd and 5 inside their own 30-yard line at about the 26-yard line. Westfield on top, 23-7. Great tackle right there by Brody McDaniel. And the Hornets would love to get off the field and get their offense the football back and put some more points on the scoreboard.
Yeah, this is a big play for both teams.
Coleman has 3 wide receivers to his right, 1 to his left, a back in the backfield to his right, and it looks like it's going to be a legal delay a game.
Delay again.
So delay a game for the Crusaders, and that'll be a 5-yard penalty, and that'll be 3rd down and 10.
And there's a big difference between 3rd and 10 and 3rd and 5.
Well, I mean, in theory, if you're 4th and inches, you may even think about going for it down where you are.
Oh, yeah.
But now 3rd or 4th and 4 if you pick up 6 as opposed to it's a big difference.
Yeah, you limit your playbook dramatically right there.
So 7:02 to go here in the half. Coleman, same formation, 3 wide receivers to his right. He rolls right, looking to throw, throws it and caught at about the 29-yard line. Great defense, I believe that's 26. Bishop Smallwood.
Yeah, that's Bishop right there, and there's that penalty yardage right there.
Right. I mean, that's exactly what we just talked about. Yeah. And you get 7 yards, but it doesn't really do you a whole lot of good inside your 30.
But it looks like the Crusaders are going to go for it right here.
I mean, that is a big gamble.
Not real sure you have a whole lot of choice.
I agree, but I think if you're Westfield, if I'm Coach Kinsler, I'm saying, hey, just stay onside.
Watch the football.
Don't give them an easy one.
Yep. Watch the football.
Nope, don't fall for it. They're going to try to sneak it. Oh, and they fumble the football, and he throws it, and Westfield will get the football. That was kind of doomed from the start. Everything looked ugly and rushed, and Westfield.
Yeah, that wasn't nothing good about that.
I mean, and
these are the things you expect early in the season. We've talked about it before. We had a bunch of that early in the game too, and now all of a sudden Trinity's got a little bit of it too.
So one of our friends from Macon, Georgia, decided he wanted to say, Coach Champion, you're not old school, you're just old. We'll see him next week. We may even have a guest appearance from him next week.
That means you have hit rock bottom.
Well, I mean, we're scraping the bottom of the barrel.
I know, but you will hit rock bottom if you get him.
We may even bring Kenny back next week, so we're definitely scraping it. As there's a throw on the flatten up pattern, and almost that was thrown right on the pylon.
Yeah, that was a pretty good throw right there. Just It was one of those that was right over the top of his head and was hard for him to judge which way to turn.
Yeah, I'm surprised we didn't hear. And if that would have been a run against Westfield, you'd have heard Coach Kinsler yelling, "Wheel, wheel," because that's exactly what that was. And that flatten up pattern by Blackman, just not able to come up with the catch. 5:59 to go here. Always hated that pattern because you had to sail this way, and then you had to get your head turned really quick to get upfield. That ball snapped very slowly, running a little bit of a screen, and Porter Falk going to cut inside, gets in the end zone for a touchdown.
Flag, they've got a flag down.
That may be a that's not going to be a hold. I think that's going to be a rough in the passer. Kirkley, what a great setup right there for Westfield. They didn't release line. The ball was thrown behind the line of scrimmage. He caught it on the 30-yard line.
Yeah.
So he definitely did not release with the ball past the line of scrimmage, because I watched where he caught it. He caught it at about the 30, so it looks like the touchdown will stand.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, they've already spotted the ball for an extra point. So
that was the only question I had in my mind no, there is a flag.
Yeah, it's roughing the passer, and it's going to be declined. So we'll get Jackson Slade in there to attempt another extra point.
So 29-7, the Hornets lead with 5:49 to go here in the first quarter, and the Hornets have answered some questions from the first quarter.
And I'm guessing that we'll take the penalty on the
I think
on the kickoff.
I think it's I think it happened during the play. I think it is either you take it or you take the result of the play. I don't think it's assessed after the fact.
Yeah, I'm not sure either.
If it were like a personal foul, it happened after the play, it would definitely be assessed.
Nevertheless, we put 6 on the board.
Right. I think that's all that Coach Fitz is worried about. So a little bit of Fitz magic over here in Dublin in the second quarter. 29-7. Good snap this time. Good kick by Slade, and it is up and good. So Westfield leads 30-7. We'll take a quick break. You're watching Hornet football right here on the Middle Georgia Sports Network.
I chose to get the vaccine because I did not want to risk getting sick myself and taking that virus home to my family or to my elderly grandparents.
My mother and grandmother are cancer survivors, so I just wanted to make sure that I'm as safe as possible.
I did it for my family, to keep them safe and to keep me safe.
There is a choice now, and I chose to make that choice for my friends and my family.
I have 4 grandparents who are still living, and I realized after some research that this was the best way I could protect them and the community at large.
As a physician, I feel it's important to get vaccinated for the masses to prevent overcrowding of our ICUs.
I got the vaccine to protect myself and also to protect my mother.
I would ask people, when you consider getting vaccinated for the COVID-19 virus, not only consider your own risk stratification, but also your role in the community.
And we're back in Dublin, Georgia. Westfield on top of Trinity Christian, 30-7 here inside Cleve Warnock Field. And Slade getting ready to kick off for the Hornets. Mitchell Gay, Carson Martin back deep for the Crusaders, and the Hornets have really poured it on here in the second quarter. As Slade approaches, kicks that ball high up in the air, and that ball taken at about the 15-yard line. And how about a tackle? How about a form tackle? And that is number 4.
That's Brooks Barber.
Brooks Barber. I mean, goodness gracious.
Yep.
Nice tackle.
You can't do it any better than that.
And looks like things are back going up in Atlanta. 3-0, the Giants in the second inning. That is not the score you wanted if you were Braves fans. They need to get off that skid that they're on right now. 2-game losing streak. They got a 5.5 lead in the division, but you don't want to see that shrink as the Phillies are up 2-0 over the Diamondbacks. So
it'll go quick if you don't watch it.
The Braves know that because it went quick in the right way for them.
Oh, yeah.
5:43 to go here in the first quarter. Snap to Coleman, throw out, and that ball is high and incomplete, and it was thrown past the line of scrimmage with blocking down the field, so probably fortunate that that ball was thrown high.
They give a little bit more of a grace barrier in high school football than they do in all levels of football.
Yeah. I was about to say, they could have a conversation with Nick Saban about that a few years back. Hunter Renfro.
Yeah.
Of course, everybody does it.
Yeah.
So it's kind of one of those things. Alabama does it too, but you know.
Well, you want it called when you're on defense. And
absolutely.
You don't want it called when you're on offense.
And there's a handoff, and nowhere to go. Good defense by the Hornets. That is number 52, I believe, in there.
Yeah.
Making the tackle. That's number 52, Hudson McGee. And that defensive line is just going to be tough to move. We got a lot of big bodies up there.
And we got a little freshman in there, Neil O'Brien.
Is that number 18?
Number
no,
45.
Cooper Avery, number 18's in there. But, yeah, you got some youngsters in there. And that's a sign of a good team right there. You see that things are starting to go. Get some guys some good reps. As looks like they're trying to throw back. And he's going to throw it upfield, and that ball is picked off.
That's Neil. That's our little freshman.
That's the freshman picking the ball off, number 45. And look at the run back. Breaks a few tackles, gets down to the 20-yard line, and the Hornets are first down and 10 after the big interception.
Nice grab by the freshman right there.
Tell you what, he showed some moves.
He looked like a wide receiver.
I was about to say, Neil O'Brien, he may move to tight end.
Yeah.
Pass intercepted by number 45, Neil O'Brien.
So the freshman getting in there, you may see him in future games as well. Probably some more tonight, obviously, but
Westfield take over first down and 10 from the 21-yard line.
he kind of caught that thing 2 times, had to snag it out of the air. And that's what you say. Got to think that Trinity's saying to Coleman, hey, man, we can't throw it back across the field.
That's a tough throw for anybody.
Right. So Kirkley in the shotgun, 3 wide out to his right, 1 to his left. Snaps the ball back, looking to throw. Going to go in the seam, and that ball just short, trying to hit. I believe that's Bishop Smallwood.
No, that's Brody McDaniel.
Brody McDaniel. Bishop's on this side.
Yep.
Brody, and then Smallwood, or not Smallwood, Noah Blackman on that side. 4:38 to go here. Just misses. Probably if the ball's thrown where it needs to be, that's a walk-in touchdown.
Oh, yeah. I mean, he was wide open.
So second down and 10 at the 20-yard line, or 21-yard line. Kirkley in the shotgun. They hand the ball off to Porter Falk. Great blocking on the left side of that offensive line. Falk inside the 10 to the 5. Steps out at about the 2-yard line. And that'll bring up, 3-yard line. That'll bring up first down and goal inside the 4-yard line.
Well, our offensive line just collapsed the whole side of their defensive line right there.
So he's supposed to go, it looked like it was supposed to go right. He cuts it back left and gets upfield. And as you said, just great blocking on the left side. And Westfield will be first and goal at about the space where they put, about the spot that they put for extra points.
Yep.
About the 3-yard line. So inside 4, and that's interesting. He runs out of bounds there, and they still had the clock running. So Falk gets hit in the backfield. Good job by, is that 28? Riley Sumner knifing in there for Trinity. Porter picks up a yard. 4:06 to go here in the first. First half, that is. Westfield trying to put 7 more on the board. Is second down and goal from the 2. Porter Falk in the backfield with Kirkley in the shotgun. Snap back, hand off to Falk. Falk walks into the end zone, touchdown, and the Hornets lead 36-7.
Once again, Falk on the carry. This time he'll get across the goal line. Another Westfield touchdown.
That was quick.
Yeah, well, that's what happens with turnovers.
And you take a look at the schedule. Obviously, next weekend is going to be a tough one up in Macon against Stratford. Then you've got some games where you think Westfield probably should be in the driver's seat, but you never know.
Yeah.
Then you got Gatewood coming to town in middle of October. That should be a good matchup.
Well, I think Terrell Academy is vastly improved. They gave us fits last year a little bit too. So,
And then you have that big one at the end.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That everybody's going to be circling.
Well, that's that's how everybody in our league is measuring themselves right now. So
Right. And you really, I think if your coach fits, if you continue to have success, that kick is up and good. I think you've got to probably fight against looking ahead to those big games like that.
Well, you just got to keep getting better every day. I mean,
right.
And, everybody says that's coach speak a little bit, but it's true. I mean, you got to keep grinding and keep doing. And
how much do you think going up to? I know you graduated some last year, but you got a core back. How much do you think having to go up to John Millage twice in 3 weeks benefited you last year?
Well, it didn't at the time.
No, but I'm talking about now.
But now, it hopefully showed our kids what you got to do. And it's provided a little motivation for us because other than John Millage, we played really well all year. And I think you could say that a lot of teams could say that. Obviously John Millage was the class of the league, and but now they lost a really good group of seniors. So we saw that we could be a good football team last year, and I think that just carried over. And the kids have worked really hard during the off season, so hopefully it's going to pay off. It's paying off with numbers, strength, and size, and we're making huge strides in the right direction.
That ball is taken and dropped, and that ball's still on the ground. Westfield's got it, and the Hornets get the fumble on the recovery, and it looks like we may have an injured Crusader.
Yeah, that was Brooks Barber again.
And he got kind of folded up like an accordion there. Hopefully he's okay. That's tough.
He's trying to get the ball and getting hit at the same time. That's never a good thing.
Yeah, you're definitely in a compromised situation.
Yeah.
And so we've got the Houston Healthcare injury timeout down on the field. Hopefully he's okay. I can't make out a number at this point. It's been Gay and – who else has been back there? I know Coleman's been back there some. They've been swapping him out. But hopefully whoever's down there is okay.
Well, you don't like to put your quarterback back there for this very reason.
Absolutely. But hopefully looks like he's having trouble with his
looks like they're looking at his left leg.
Ooh, Jones County on top of North Gwinnett. Crisp County on top of Houston 17-7. Ooh, Lee County 50-0, and no score on Northside and Peach. But yeah, let's take a quick break and we'll come back. Hopefully we'll have some good news when we come back as far as injury goes. And Westfield leads 37-7 right here on the Middle Georgia Sports Network.
The Middle Georgia Sports Network is excited to bring to you another year of live prep sports action. Whether it's on the gridiron, the diamond, or the hardwood, MGSN has you covered. For the past 7 years, we have been there for region championships, state championships, and everything in between. We look forward to another 7 years of coverage, as you can always count on the Middle Georgia Sports Network. The Middle Georgia Sports Network is excited to bring to you another year of live prep sports action. Whether it's on the gridiron, the diamond, or the hardwood, MGSN has you covered. For the past 7 years, we have been there for region championships, state championships, and everything in between. We look forward to another.
And welcome back inside Cleve Warnock Field. Hopefully everything's okay there. Looked like he got up under his own power. Snap back to Kirkley, handoff to Coleman Williams. He dives forward, picks up maybe 2 down to the 15-yard line at Westfield. We'll have 2nd down and 8 from there. Westfield on top 37-7, coach champion, and they had 3 turnovers in the first quarter, and it has been a different story here in the second.
Yeah, once we settled down and sort of got our legs about us a little bit, we've come out and played some good football.
Benefited from some turnovers from the Crusaders as well. Handoff to Coleman Williams. He is up the middle. Nobody touches him until about the 5-yard line. He gets inside the 5, spun down to about the 3, and it'll be first and goal from there.
Yeah, our offensive line has just taken over. And if you really want to win games, that's how you win games.
So the Hornets have begun to just dominate the line of scrimmage. And got some big old boys down there.
Yeah.
Ryan Powers they got down inside, in tight on the end here on the goal line. Shotgun to Kirkley, handoff to Williams. Williams fights outside, touchdown, Hornets. Kirkley needs to start probably protecting himself a little bit.
You were talking about Ryan Powers did a good job right there with a seal block.
Sealing the edge, yeah.
That was relatively easy at that point.
Well, that's always fun, especially in these shotgun formations where you can really have a numbers advantage in the blocking, and all you got to do is get enough of them to give them
creases.
Yeah, give them creases or give them enough space to get to, and all they got to do is beat them on the angle, and it's a score. But Westfield up 43-7, and I don't know what we're waiting on here. Maybe the holder, snapper, something.
We called timeout.
So we're going to call a timeout here. We'll stay here, though. Westfield is on top 43-7, 2:33. And how
we were man short there.
Boy, how this game has just completely turned on its head from the first quarter. Westfield leads, and
His kids are being recognized at halftime. To please report to the scoreboard end of the field. All parents of seniors being recognized at halftime. Please report to the scoreboard.
So again, and I know that that's probably due a lot in part to the fact that it was such an odd year last year, trying to get the schedule and everything with COVID.
Well, it actually, was done a little bit before that, and it was, it's just one of those weird things how it worked out that way. And, last year we were the beneficiary of the 6 home games. This year, obviously, we only have 4, but hopefully you win a bunch of games and get to host some playoff games to equal all that out.
Absolutely.
And truth be known, if I'm a coach, I'd rather be on the road early in the season at home at the end of the season.
So the kick is up, and it is good.
Yep.
And Westfield leads 44-7. But to your point, I mean, the one good thing, Westfield hosted a playoff game last year for the first time in probably 5 seasons or so.
Like I said, I can't remember what I had for breakfast this morning, but it had been a while since we had hosted a playoff game.
And that was got to be a great taste for these guys, and obviously that's probably one of the team goals this year. Obviously, winning the region, hosting home playoff games, making it to Mercer. I mean, there's got to be a lot up there 1 week at a time, and make sure that you do what you got to do.
Well, truth be known, tonight it was just getting to play.
Right. Oh, yeah, that's true.
Because it had been sort of tough losing that scrimmage, and you get tired of beating on yourself after a while.
And you don't really know how good you are because you're playing against yourself.
Right. And the good thing is we get some film to look at, make some improvements, and start grinding through the regular season.
And people think it's underrated or cliche, but honestly, getting to go through a game routine and warm-ups and all that stuff is huge.
Well, we tried to simulate some of that last week, and there's Brooks Barber again on the kickoff coverage.
Mitchell Gay with the return, and Barber coming up with a big tackle yet again. But, I mean, I think people don't understand who've never played. That, to me, learning all that stuff and being able to process and figure out for each player what they want to do during pregame and all that stuff to try to – because there is some nerves. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if you're a freshman or a senior. You're going to have some nerves in any game you play in, but figuring out how to kind of manage all that stuff and get in kind of that zone, they say.
We don't have but 9 guys on the field.
Well – 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. Yeah,
now we
got 10. You can play with 10. Play with 9. And that ball's snapped and handed off, and a good run right there by Trinity.
Number 11, Davis Maffett on the carry around the right end.
Davis Maffett on the carry, and that'll be a first down for Trinity. So here in the first half, Westfield leads 44-7. Coleman in the backfield. Snap, handoff. Nope, he keeps it. Good keep right there by Coleman. Coleman running upfield, and he steps out of bounds at about the 48-yard line of Westfield.
Yeah, we've got a bunch of younger guys in there now. I see a bunch of freshmen in there at this point.
Yeah, so you've got wholesale changes on the defensive line. 68, Wilt Leonard. You've got number 18, that's Cooper Avery. We'll give you some more of those shortly.
You got Russ Hiley, 21 at the end.
And first down and 10 yet again for Trinity. 1:51 to go here in the first half. They're going to hand the ball off to number 11, and that is Davis Moffitt. And that'll bring up second down and 6 after the 4-yard gain. You've also got, again, number 45, Neil O'Brien. Still got some defensive backs that are starters. You got linebacker number 56, that is Carson Martin. And
you got a bunch of freshmen and sophomores in
low
there
snap to Jones. Catches it, but he's about 4 yards out of 63. Gage Rollins is in there as well, this junior. Crusaders. A little bit of confusion for Westfield. Ball snap back, fakes the handoff, looking to throw deep. He's going to throw deep. He's got him beat, and ball is incomplete. Good job defensively for Westfield, just keeping his hands up there.
Who is that? That's number 6, William Smith on the coverage there.
So William Smith doing a great 4-7 for the Hornets. 44-7, Westfield on top of the Crusaders. And 1:09 to go here in the first half, and it is almost 9 o'clock. That's an hour and a half first half. Powers was back deep to receive. Don't think that's going to happen. I think he probably needs to go off the field. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11. He would have been 12. He gets off the field, and looks like they are going to go for it.
Oh, yeah. What do you have to lose at this point?
They got to get going in a hurry because it's going to bring up – they're going to have to call a timeout if not. And they do snap it. Coleman going to roll right and does not pick up the first down, and Westfield stuffs them.
Nice.
That comes up with a great play right there. So what do you think here, Coach? Kneeling?
Yeah, I do.
Trinity, both teams with one timeout remaining, 44-7. You're probably going to see the clock run in the second half.
Looks like we're right here.
Students will dismiss at noon on this scheduled date. Look forward to honoring our grandparents on this day.
And that's going to be Bryant Greer.
Bryant Greer, quarterback, the senior. Can hand the ball off here. And that was to number 33.
32, I think.
32, Nicholas Free.
Yep.
So Nicholas Free, the freshman, big on the play.
And Mitchell Gay also in on that tackle.
Bryant Greer back at quarterback with Free in the backfield. And that snap, no good. But Free, I tell you what, heady play right there by the freshman. He's able to pick it up, get ahead. He does lose yardage, but he's able to secure the football.
Yeah, really and truly right there, you just want him to fall.
So 13. They may get off one more play, and they do. As we finish that final play, Sports Network.
Together. Athletic.
Friendships.
Confidence.
Challenging.
Success. Rewarding.
At Westfield, we have different clubs that you can be in. You can choose between like a variety of clubs. There's like culinary arts, there's Key Club, there's Green Team, there's Tri High Y. I'm currently involved in theatrical productions at Westfield. I'm involved with the school's One Act and several plays like Prayer Club and Tri High Y and Key Club, and I also dance. For Christmas, we decorated Christmas trees and we decorated door decorations for the nursing homes here in Perry. And we have also, I've gone and cleaned up some of the parks around Perry. Community service is definitely valued at Westfield.
What I like about Westfield is just the family atmosphere that we have here. The teachers are just great, the coaches are great.
Even though I was not here when I started school, I came in and it was like everyone acted like I had been here the whole time. It's an environment where everyone just accepts you and wants to get to know you like they would have known you, like all of their friends that have been here since the beginning of grade school.
I just like the atmosphere that you have here. Everybody, they truly care about you.
Everyone in my grade, we're so close together. I think of them as my brothers and sisters almost, because they know me so well and I know them so well.
I think the most important thing that happened to me while I spent my time in Westfield is that I actually become a Christian, and then I actually find my faith, and I think Westfield gave me such a great Christian environment that I can actually have the freedom to express my faith to.
I'm involved in a lot of extracurricular activities. I play football, baseball, basketball, and I run track.
I love the contact sport. I love the ability to get my feelings and aggression out throughout the hard day or hard week out at practice. I was a part of the Westfield wrestling team when I was a freshman, and that's also the year when I played soccer. So it was been fun, and I'm going to play soccer again my senior year, and hopefully I will probably be the captain of the soccer team.
I enjoy just spending time with my teammates and getting to just rep the green and gold like everyone else has in the past.
On Thursdays, we get to go out and with the football team, and we get our chaplain out there, and he does a great job. And I think on a Thursday that's great to do because it's a day before the game, and you get to think about God and just choices in life, and that's kind of what the game of football is like.
Westfield is a challenging environment.
It's a Christian school, it's a Christian environment.
And it provides students with great opportunities. Definitely all the teachers, they prepare you for college, they help you with some like problems that they'll give you like some real life experiences that will help you with college.
Every teacher that I have in any of my classes is always telling us that they're here after school. They're always willing to answer any questions we might have.
Westfield is a harder school, but it challenges you and it gets you ready for college.
And I think Westfield gave me such a great Christian environment that I can actually have the freedom to express my faith.
Westfield provides a lot of great opportunities for students to learn and for students to grow and for students to learn more about themselves.
I have 4 grandparents who are still living, and I realized after some research that this was the best way I could protect them and the community at large.
As a physician, I feel it's important to get vaccinated for the masses to prevent overcrowding of our ICUs.
I got the vaccine to protect myself and also to protect my mother.
I would ask people, when you consider getting vaccinated for the COVID-19 virus, not only consider your own risk stratification, but also your role in the community.
I chose to get the vaccine because I did not want to risk getting sick myself and taking that virus home to my family or to my elderly grandparents.
My mother and grandmother are cancer survivors, so I just wanted to make sure that I'm as safe as possible.
I did it for my family, to keep them safe and to keep me safe.
There is a choice now, and I chose to make that choice for my friends and my family.
The Middle Georgia Sports Network is excited to bring to you another year of live prep sports action. Whether it's on the gridiron, the diamond, or the hardwood, MGSN has you covered. For the past 7 years, we have been there for region championships, state championships, and everything in between. We look forward to another 7 years of coverage, as you can always count on the Middle Georgia Sports Network.
Together. Athletic.
Friendships.
Confidence.
Challenging.
Success. Rewarding. At Westfield, we have different clubs that you can be in. You can choose between like a variety of clubs. There's like culinary arts, there's Key Club, there's Green Team, there's Tri High Y. I'm currently involved in theatrical productions at Westfield. I'm involved with the school's One Act and several plays like Prayer Club and Tri High Y and Key Club, and I also dance. For Christmas, we decorated Christmas trees and we decorated door decorations for the nursing homes here in Perry. And we have also, I've gone and cleaned up some of the parks around Perry. Community service is definitely valued at Westfield.
Teachers are just great, the coaches are great.
Even though I was not here when I started school, I came in and it was like all of their friends that have been here since the beginning of grade school. Because they know me so well, and I know.
Become a Christian, and then and that I can actually have the freedom to express my faith to.
A lot of extracurricular activities. I play football, baseball, basketball, and I run track.
I love the contact sport. I was a part of the Westfield wrestling team when I was a freshman, and that's also the year when I played soccer. So it was been fun, and I'm going to play soccer again in my senior year, and hopefully I will probably be the captain of the soccer team.
I enjoy just spending.
And for the football team, and we get our chaplain out there, and he does a great job. And I think on a Thursday that's great to do because it's a day before the game and you get to think about God and just choices in life. The family atmosphere that we have here, the teachers are just great, the coaches are great.
Even though it's an environment where everyone just accepts you and wants
to truly care about you.
Everyone in my grade.
To me, why I spend my time in Westfield is that I actually become a Christian, and then I actually find my faith and faith to.
What I like about Westfield is just the family atmosphere that we have here. The teachers are just great, the coaches are great.
Even though I was not here when I started school and wants to get to know you like they would have known you, like all of their friends that have been here since the beginning of grade school.
I just like the atmosphere that you have here. Everybody, they truly care about you.
Everyone in my grade, we're so close together. I think of them as my brothers and sisters almost, because they know me so well and I know them so well.
I think the most important thing that happened to me, and I think Westfield gave me such a great Christian environment that I can actually have the freedom to express my faith to.
The Middle Georgia Sports Network is excited to bring to you another year. We have been there for region championships, state championships, and everything in between. We look forward to another 7 years of coverage, as you can always count on the Middle. The Middle Georgia Sports Network is excited to bring to you another year of live prep sports action. Whether it's on the gridiron, the diamond, or the hardwood, MGSN has you covered. For the past 7 years, we have been there for region championships, state championships, and everything in between.
I chose to get the vaccine because I did not want to risk getting sick myself and taking that virus home to my family or to my elderly grandparents.
My mother and grandmother are cancer survivors, so I just wanted to make sure that I'm as safe as possible.
I did it for my family.
And welcome back inside Cleve Warnock Stadium, field. The campus of Trinity Christian School here in Dublin, Georgia. Westfield leads at the half, 44-7. And I tell you what, Coach Champion, started out slow for the Hornets, but they really turned it on in the second quarter. They eliminated the turnovers.
Our identity a little bit, there in the first half. And, as I said earlier, after that first quarter, and it just pretty much dominated the game after that point. So, a lot of positives, but also a lot of things you can work on too.
Yeah, I think the one thing that was most impressive to me is the offensive line play for Westfield.
Oh yeah. Well, and we knew coming in that was going to be a strength of ours. Because those kids are older. You got Seth and Tanner and Hudson up there. They're strong. They're big. I mean, I call Seth Andrews tiny.
Yeah.
But he's 6'5", probably 250 easy.
Right.
I mean, and that's just strictly a guess. But they did a really good job, especially there in the second quarter, of getting a push. And it was, our backs were barely getting touched till they were 20 yards down the field.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing about it. I mean, you can talk about all the skill position and everything, but a lot of times in football, it really comes down to the trenches. And Westfield, unfortunate for Trinity tonight, they have dominated in the trenches tonight.
Yeah.
They have turned the football over, which at first made the game a little bit closer than it probably should have been for much of the first quarter. But when they broke the seal on that first score, that seemed to just kind of open the floodgates for them. And one thing that I'm interested to see as we move into the next few weeks is to see the passing game develop and see how much that will help the run game if they can continue to get the ball in space to guys like Noah Blackman and Smallwood and goodness gracious, McDaniel and Ryan Powers really is one that I would love to see the ball get a little bit more on, maybe some slant patterns and stuff like that. But they hadn't really had to there most of the second quarter because they were just so effective running the football.
Yeah, I mean, and we pretty much did what we wanted to in the second quarter. I'm sure in this half we're just trying to find a little bit more identity, get the younger guys some reps, and keep figuring out what we're doing. I mean, that's what it boils down to.
Well, yeah, and you want to. And I think that's probably due to some of the network issues here locally. Okay, so, because I'm not getting great speed on, but we'll hopefully be able to have some luck with that. But yeah, it's one of those things where you're in this position in the game. You obviously don't want to try to embarrass anybody, but you want your youngsters to get playing time. You want to build some depth, and if they happen to score, I mean, you can't really apologize when you got the second or third string in there.
No, you're not telling kids not to score.
Right.
Now where it becomes hard feelings is if you got your starters in there and you're doing a bunch of things like that.
Right.
But if you got your twos and your threes in there, nobody's going to say a whole lot about that. And those kids need reps. I mean, and there's nothing more valuable than game reps.
Absolutely. So we're about, a minute or so away from the beginning of the second half. What we'll do is we'll take a quick break, come back.
Students with great opportunities. Definitely all the teachers, they prepare you for college. They help you with some problems that they'll give you some real life experiences that will help you with college.
Every teacher that I have in any of my classes is always telling us that they're here after school. They're always willing to answer any questions we might have.
Westfield is a harder school, but it challenges you and it gets you ready for college.
And I think Westfield gave me such a great Christian environment that I can actually have the freedom to express my faith.
Westfield provides a lot of great opportunities for students to learn and for students to grow and for students to learn more about themselves.
I'm involved in a lot of extracurricular activities. I play football, baseball, basketball, and I run track.
I love the contact sport. I love the ability to get my feelings and aggression out throughout the hard day or hard week out at practice. I was a part of the Westfield wrestling team when I was a freshman, and that's also the year when I played soccer. So it was been fun, and I'm going to play soccer again in my senior year, and hopefully I will probably be the captain of the soccer team.
I enjoy just spending time with my teammates and getting to just rep the green and gold like everyone else has in the past.
On Thursdays, we get to go out and with the football team, and we get our chaplain out there, and he does a great job. And I think on a Thursday that's great to do because it's a day before the game, and you get to think about God and just choices in life, and that's kind of what the game of football is like.
The Middle Georgia Sports Network is excited to bring to you another year of live prep sports action. Whether it's on the gridiron, the diamond, or the hardwood, MGSN has you covered. For the past 7 years, we have been there for region championships, state championships, and everything in between. We look forward to another 7 years of coverage, as you can always count on the Middle Georgia Sports Network. The Middle Georgia Sports Network is excited to bring to you another year of live prep sports action, region championships, state championships, and everything in between. We look forward to another 7 years of coverage.
And welcome back inside Cleve Warnock Field. Trying to get things going here. Looks like
waiting on the clock to run out.
Yeah, Trinity Christian ready to go,
yep.
And the scoreboard was not ready to go.
Westfield will be receiving opening kickoff second half.
So Westfield will get possession here to begin the second half. Good catch right there. Up the field. Is that O'Brien again?
Yep, that's O'Brien again.
He's making a case for offense, I'm telling you.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, great run right there. Neil O'Brien doing a great job in that up back position. First down at 10 inside 40-yard line.
Right on the 40.
So 11:49 to go here. Looks like we will not have a running clock to start the third quarter.
I guess not. I guess the coaches agreed to just play it straight up.
So in at quarterback is number 12. That is Connor Fitzpatrick. And bad snap right there. He will fall on it.
Fumble snap recovered by number 12, Connor Fitzpatrick.
So that'll be a 5-yard loss. Excuse me. That will be a 6-yard loss.
I'm sure that does wonder for Connor's nerves. It's a freshman in there and You get a bad snap.
Well, I'm sure that'll be an interesting conversation with Coach Rob Fitzpatrick on the way home. But obviously that was not at the fault of Connor. So Connor has a low snap yet again, and woo! Number 42 for Westfield. That's Jackson Spence.
Yeah,
ripped up right there.
Yeah. Not a lot of blocking right there for Jackson.
36, Mitchell McDaniel.
Tell you what, we got a good bit of familiar names there, right? Spence, Fitzpatrick.
Yep. Yeah, we got a lot of younger siblings
coming
in this
up.
In this group.
Right. So, see what Connor Fitzpatrick can do. And that ball handed off to Spence. Spence gets to the outside, picks up a good 3 yards, so a nice positive gain right there. Excuse me, that's Nicholas Free. And looks like we've got some flags on the play, so we'll see what happened there.
You're going to get offsetting fouls right there.
On the field. Let's check those flags.
So that'll bring up 4th down at 16, barring any single team foul here. As you said, it probably goes against both squads, but we'll see.
Yeah, it's going to be unsportsmanlike on both teams. Oh, I think they ejected.
Whoa.
They ejected number 5.
Wow. So he threw a punch?
I don't know.
That's the only reason you eject somebody, right?
Yeah.
So 10:24 to go here in the third quarter. It looks like they're going to walk it off against Trinity. They're not going to walk both of them off.
Just called one.
So it'll be 4th down and 1, right?
Well, no, I thought it was a dead ball.
It is.
But
so 4th down and 2. It's not an auto, is it?
Yeah.
Is it? Oh. I didn't know in high school what was auto and what wasn't. So 1st down and 10 for the Hornets. Automatic 1st down after the – looks like there's an ejection on the play as well.
After the mark off of that penalty.
Yeah,
it
looks like
for a Westfield 1st down.
And that's, again, one of those where you forfeited quarter of your season.
Yep.
Handoff, and not a whole lot of room there. Good tackle for Trinity. 32 free on the carry. And 2nd down and 12, 11.
11, yep.
It's like a loss of 1 on the play. Bring up the 2nd down and 11 for the Hornets.
Coach Fitz keeping it very basic at this point, but, I mean, can you really blame him?
No.
Jackson Spence coming back in the game for free.
No, and you're trying to eat a little clock here too.
Like to see maybe Connor Fitz and pitch out to Spence, and thought it was going to work out, but a good job at tracking him down right there by 22. And that is number 22, Henry Williams.
Yep.
So a nice play by Williams.
Another loss on the play. I'll bring up 3rd down.
3rd down and 14, we'll call it.
14.
So that one looked like the snap got to Fitzpatrick before he even called for it.
Yeah, well, and he got rid of it quick. Thought that Spence had the edge, but he got hawked down pretty quick there.
Yeah, he did. Hand off to Free. Free's got some room on the outside. Good job of the linebacker coming over and really cutting that off. He had an alley out there, it looked like, and Jack Tarhill, is that his name?
Yeah, I think that's what he said.
That'll bring up
It's going to be fourth and right at 10.
Matt Carswell, maybe. Great play nonetheless.
Yep.
So 4th down and 10 for the Hornets. I would assume that you're going to run this football here, or are you going to punt it?
I think we're going to punt it right here.
Inside the 35-yard line.
This will be the first time we've punted the ball tonight.
Yeah. So 8:16 to go. 8:09 to go here in the third quarter. And Westfield has the punt team out for the first time, and that snap is pretty good. Kick is blocked, and that was Spence. It looks like who kicked it, and it was blocked and picked up.
Yeah, I can't see that number.
Mitchell McDaniel.
36, yep.
So the Crusaders will have it 1st and 10 at the Westfield 49-yard line. 7:51 to go here in the third quarter.
I think Cole Miller is our usual punter right there, but and we're going to have a bunch of new numbers out here on defense as well.
Right, I think we've let's see, you got a lot of white jerseys.
Yeah, yeah.
And not just white, they're stark white.
Yeah.
Handoff Coleman to great play right there.
That's
that was
that's Neil O'Brien again.
16, Zane Shirley on the carry.
16, Zane Shirley, but a great tackle right there again by O'Brien. But you've got O'Brien out there. You've got, if they'll turn so that I can call them out.
You got Pate Suber out there. I saw him earlier. You got Mason Easom out there. Jackson St. Clair.
19. Yeah,
Michael,
that's Pate
Michael
Suber.
Easom out there.
Coleman hands off and is going to pitch. And great job right there by the defense. Still a good run by number 22, Henry Williams. He'll pick up about 3.
Third down and 5 for the Crusader offense.
And you got Nathan Rivers out there. And Soham Patel. I mean, we got a bunch of new guys out there.
Soham's a pretty big kid.
Yeah, he is.
15, that's Mason Easom. You already said him.
Yeah.
Trying to make sure we didn't miss anybody. Harper Shelton, 17.
Yep. Looks a lot like our middle school team from last year out there.
So you know a lot of them.
Oh, yeah.
That ball thrown high. Good job of tackling right there, and the ball was caught.
Yep, that was Pate Suber on the tackle.
So that'll bring up 4th down. And 2, we'll call it? 3.
Yeah, it's going well. I'd say it's 4.
4.5 for the
Wow.
Crusaders.
Yeah.
So great job again. That you said that was Pate Suber?
Yeah, that was Pate Suber on the tackle.
Doing a good job. The youngsters not getting pushed off the ball too much here.
They're holding their own out there, and I think you got Charlie Briscoe out there. We called his name earlier.
Yep, that's the greatest name in football, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
I've said that since last year. And there's a screen or a swing pass out and running over somebody. Picks it up. O'Brien blitzed and was not able to get home in time. And a first down for Trinity.
First down.
This is huge experience for these young kids.
There's no doubt. I mean, the fact that you force them to a 4th down after they got such great field position, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Pretty good job from the youngsters. Because this is probably basically a mixture of B and C teamers, I'm assuming.
Oh, yeah.
So Coleman fakes it. Look at them get off the blocks. They can't quite get him to the ground. He outflanks them, and he may go to the end zone, and he does. Wow.
Yep.
Looked like they had him dead to rights. He just outran them.
Yep. He'll travel down for a Trinity touchdown.
So 44-13 your score with 4:58 to go here in the third quarter. Excuse me, 4:42. So Westfield still on top, but they do yield a touchdown there to the Crusaders. That kick is up and good.
Again, though, it's really good experience for these kids.
So we'll take a quick break, come back as Westfield still leads 44-13 right here on the Middle Georgia Sports Network.
The Middle Georgia Sports Network is excited to bring to you another year of live prep sports action. Whether it's on the gridiron, the diamond, or the hardwood, MGSN has you covered. For the past 7 years, we have been there for region championships, state championships, and everything in between. We look forward to another 7 years of coverage, as you can always count on the Middle Georgia Sports Network.
And welcome back to Dublin, Georgia. Westfield leads 44-13 after the 44-14 after the Trinity Christian touchdown there to start the third quarter for Trinity Christian. Westfield got great field position, drove it down a little bit, and then punted the ball away. It was blocked. Great field position for the Crusaders. They picked up a key 4th down and 5, and then a huge play right there by Jim Coleman running it all the way in for the touchdown. So we will have the kickoff here and back deep to receive, and that is a pooch kick. Looks like it's going to be somewhat of an onside kick. That's 51, that's William Stringer. Yeah. Great job of catching that by the offensive lineman.
Yeah.
And that was not an easy play for Stringer.
No, but that's a really smart kid right there who knew exactly what to do in that situation.
Well, you know, the rules are a little bit different than probably when you and I played. They protect those up men a little bit more on onside kicks, so you can't really go in there and smash them. So as long as you come down with it and go directly to the ground, you're pretty well protected.
Yep.
But still, there's a nerve factor being the one out there trying to catch it in front of everybody.
With people bearing down on you.
Right, good run right here by Free. Picks up a first down. I don't know if Trinity has some youngsters in as well, but I'll tell you what, he barreled all the way for a 13-yard pickup there. Free does, but they still do have some of their starters in there. Looks like they've got a player down hurt.
I think it's number 24.
24, that is Carson Shepard, if that's the number.
I can't really tell.
Yeah, they still got a good bit of starters in there for – no, 24 is right there.
Okay.
It's somebody else. I don't know. I can't quite make out a number. He's turned.
He's cramping, which I can tell you is easy to do tonight in this humidity.
Well, and the thing is, you think you're drinking lots of fluids, and you're not.
I can assure you they're losing a bunch of fluids because I'm losing a bunch of beer.
Right. There's no doubt. Looks like that may be number
26, 28. Can't tell his number.
Riley Sumner.
The number's folded up under his pads, so it's hard to tell. It's like 20. Is it 20?
They don't have a 20 on the roster, it doesn't look like. I think it's 28.
28, yep.
Yeah, that is, I believe, Riley Sumner. And he's been in there
quite a bit tonight.
Yeah, he's been obviously playing a lot of minutes. You can just tell by looking at his jersey. 4:08 to go here. 1st and 10 for the Hornets. Connor Fitzpatrick in for the Hornets at quarterback. Nicholas Free with a great run. Handing it back off to Free. Good blocking right there. Inside. Gets about 8 yards on the play. And Westfield will be set up 2nd down and 2. Here inside. 4 minutes to go in the third quarter. Westfield leads 44-14. And the youngster Hornets already picked up a first down, Coach, and they're knocking on the door of a second one.
Yeah, I think they got a little talking to. The offensive line got a little talking to after the last series.
Well,
and has done a much better job.
Honestly, you're not ever going to get probably a better opportunity to be fresher than the players you're going to be blocking, because the players they've been going against right now have been playing all night. Fitzpatrick hands off, and that'll be a first down, I think, close to it. And we'll see where they spot him. Yeah. Looks like it's going to be right there at the chain.
Yeah, looks like it's going to be a first down.
Yep. Right outside that'd be the 28-yard line. Mm-hmm. Between the 28 and 29, that'll be a first down and 10.
For another Westfield first down.
So 1st and 10 for the Hornets. Good job of the youngsters in there getting some movement up front. So nowhere to go right there. And Connor Fitzpatrick pointing and saying, got to go forward.
Yeah.
So Free gets stopped right there, and that'll be a huge loss on the play.
8 on the play. Bring up
Somebody didn't block the right way.
Westfield.
So that'll bring up 2nd down and about 15 to go.
And Spence is going to come in for free.
Bouncing it is not often a good choice.
No.
Made that 2nd and 14 on the play.
So Spence comes back in. We'll see if they can. And woo, mesh point was not good for Westfield.
Yep.
Couldn't get the handle right there. Connor Fitzpatrick had some trouble.
Jackson Spence from the carry, brought down by Straight Patel.
And that'll bring up 3rd down and 18.
Yep.
That'll bring up 3rd down and long for Westfield.
So Connor Fitzpatrick gonna have to come up with some Fitz magic here.
You like that, don't you?
It's pretty cool. You know, sometimes, when the idea of a man is bigger than the actual man, that's kind of how Coach Fitzpatrick is. He just he's got a way about him, Oh, he had him wide open. Just good defensive play right there by number 6.
Couldn't get his hands down.
Pass almost picked off by Straight Patel. It'll fall in.
Coach Fitzpatrick, he's kind of like a legend. He's a mythical figure. Nah, he's a good guy though, for real.
He's a legend in his own mind.
I tell you what, he's done a great job turning things around. I
Yes.
know he's had a lot of help when it comes to the support staff on the football coaching staff, but they've done an excellent job in the last couple of years of just kind of making a program shift, if you will, especially in the weight room. I think is one of the biggest things, and just the mentality difference has been amazing. So 4th and 18, and that ball snapped over Spence's head, and it will
squirt around, and finally.
We got a little bit of a squirm. No, we don't.
We recovered it. I think it's number 17.
Yeah, that
Harper Shelton.
That was a little high right there.
Yeah.
48-yard line.
So it looks like we got some more cramping down on the field.
Yep.
That's always fun. Again, like you said, it's a part of early season games. The humidity is.
No, there's no doubt that this time of the year, you're going to get it. You're going to get a bunch of it. You just know it's going to be part of it, and you just hope you have the depth to recover from it.
Yeah, there is no there is no way to know how many fluids you're losing.
It's hard to get enough.
Right. I mean, I can just remember playing and warming up and pregame and stuff in this time of year, and you almost get completely soaked by the time you get back in the locker room before you go out to actually play.
Yeah, you don't. I mean, the bad part about it is this time of the year you don't need a lot of warming up, but you got to get out there. You have to drink all week long to prepare for Friday. Drink more than they should anyway.
So Westfield comes back on defense with 14.2 seconds to go after, again, another kind of misplay on the punting situation. Coleman comes out in the shotgun, trailing 44-14, and they'll throw a screen pass out, and that ball looked like it was going to come loose, but it doesn't. Good job of defense, and I believe that was number 3, Jack Polehill, and that'll take us to the fourth quarter. So we'll take a quick break and come back with the finish of the game here. Westfield on top, 44-14. You're watching Hornet football on the Middle Georgia Sports Network.
The Middle Georgia Sports Network is excited to bring to you another year of live prep sports action. Whether it's on the gridiron, the diamond, or the hardwood, MGSN has you covered. For the past 7 years, we have been there for region championships, state championships, and everything in between. We look forward to another 7 years of coverage, as you can always count on the Middle Georgia Sports Network.
I chose to get the vaccine because I did not want to risk getting sick myself and taking that virus home to my family or to my elderly grandparents.
My mother and grandmother are cancer survivors, so I just wanted to make sure that I'm as safe as possible.
I did it for my family, to keep them safe and to keep me safe.
There is a choice now, and I chose to make that choice for my friends and my family.
I have 4 grandparents who are still living, and I realized after some research that this was the best way I could protect them and the community at large.
As a physician, I feel it's important to get vaccinated for the masses to prevent overcrowding of our ICUs.
I got the vaccine to protect myself and also to protect
And welcome back to Cleve Warnock Field as we're at the start of the fourth quarter. Ball snap and thrown out, and Westfield does a good job tracking him down, only gives up a yard gain. Coach Champion was not a champion in the raffle. Sorry, I didn't have your mic on.
Well, people mute me all the time, so.
They had a raffle inside the stadium, and neither one of us won it. As my buddy Jared always says, you can't win if you don't bet.
That's right. And if you're too cheap to bet, you're never going to win.
Right.
Like me.
3rd down and 6, we'll call it. And Coleman follows his runner as he fakes to him. Coleman on the loose, and we're going to get a block in the back, and they did not call it.
Yeah.
Oh, my.
Number 4, Jim
wow.
Coleman takes it to the house.
I thought that was illegal.
Trinity touchdown.
It was, no doubt that was a block in the back.
Wow. So Jim Coleman with another rushing touchdown, and 44-20 your score with 10:44 to go here in the fourth quarter. And this is just me because I guess I'm like this. This is one reason why I really get frustrated taking the starters out so early.
Yeah.
I understand it,
Yeah.
but it's like it makes it look like the game.
Yeah, it was a game.
Right.
Yeah.
And I know are they still doing the power ranking stuff?
Yeah.
Would this play into any effect?
Not really.
Okay.
Now, if they were to score a couple more touchdowns, then it would.
Right. See, it's a fine line too, because you don't want to be that guy who's Steve Spurrier and everybody in the fourth quarter, but still, when it starts becoming about beauty points, that's
not a good thing.
No, not at all. But I assume Westfield will again look to try to get some more consistency with their youngsters.
Well, it would not shock me to see the first
Starters.
group come back.
Yeah.
Zane Shirley.
Well, Trinity Shirley has not kicked the ball deep all game long. We'll see if he continues to go short. And they're down on a knee, and they kick it again, kind of in no man's land. It's caught, and almost a little horse collar, but he lets go.
That's Grayson Waller on the return.
Waller on the return.
So that kick was a little bit more fruitful for Trinity.
And as I suspected,
the big boys are back out there, huh? So you've got the starters back out there for the Hornets. Kirkley going to come out and.
Well, this is where you worry about somebody getting hurt.
Right.
I mean, but, you got to do it. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah, I mean, you definitely don't want it to get any closer than it is. So Kalmbach running, excuse me, that's Porter Falk.
Yep.
And he just churning through blocks or tackles.
We haven't seen Kalmbach since he got dinged up the last time.
Right down by Boots Vincent and Davis Maffett.
Davis Maffett with the tackle. And Porter Falk running hard there. Porter's got a little bulk to him as well. He's not quite as tall as Kalmbach, but
he's just so strong.
He's strong. He's got some good quickness. He's not really fast twitch quick, but he does have some start-stop ability. And there's a handoff, and he held the defensive end nicely. And there goes Porter Falk. He's into the secondary, gets inside the 40-yard line down to the 32-yard line, 31, somewhere in there. I think it's going to be 32.
Yeah, somewhere in there.
14, Cruz Giles. The gain will be enough for another Westfield first down.
And Westfield just marching right down the field. Of course, the second-string team had some success the last drive and then kind of bogged down when they got inside the 30, and then they've had an adventure trying to kick the ball away on punts. Looks like Coach Fitzpatrick just said, you know what, I'm going to take care of that.
Yep.
Bad snap there. Kirkley, doesn't matter, follows his blocker, gets upfield, dips it back inside. He may go all the way, and he does. He's going to find a lane and inside the end zone. A great job right there on a busted play.
Scrambles for another Westfield touchdown.
50-21 your score now. Hunter Kirkley, I mean, he just weaved his way through the defense, and nothing you could do if you're Trinity. Yep. No one home to make the tackle.
Yep.
Too many men committed to the outside, and Kirkley dips it up underneath and scores a touchdown. 50-21 your score, and the Hornets have taken back control of the game. .7:42 to go here in the fourth quarter. 50-21. And the kick is up and good.
Extra point attempt is good.
So we'll take a quick break. Westfield leads with 7:20 to go in the game, 51-21. We'll come right back here and finish out this contest on the Middle Georgia Sports Network.
And through the timeout because it's still running.
Westfield is a challenging environment.
It's a Christian school, it's a Christian environment.
And it provides students with great opportunities.
Definitely all the teachers, they prepare you for college, they help you with some problems that they'll give you some real life experiences that will help you with college.
Every teacher that I have in any of my classes is always telling us that they're here after school. They're always willing to answer any questions we might have.
And welcome back inside Cleve Warnock Field. And that kickoff is taken at about the 15-yard line. And he gets good yardage out to, I don't know, about the 29-yard line. I could not pick up a number. It looks like that was number 6 maybe?
It's hard to tell.
Shrey Patel or either Jaden Yoder. Oh, I apologize. My bad, Coach. So, yeah, it's hard to tell with the numbers. It was either 6 or 8.
Yeah.
Yoder returns the ball back to the Trinity 32-yard line where they'll take over first down and 10.
So O'Brien out there trying to get his troops ready to go here. 1st and 10 for the Crusaders. We're 6 minutes shy of the 10 o'clock hour. This has been a very long first half, and the second half has quickened a little bit, but most of that has been helped by a running clock.
Yep. We've only got 10. There's the 11th guy getting on the field.
Coleman at quarter number 25. That was not horse collar. He grabbed his arm and pulled it down. That's Mitchell Gay.
And that's Jackson St. Clair on the stop there.
Drive it down for Trinity. First down.
I'm not an expert on the rule at high school level for horse collar. I know at college you actually got to reach down inside the jersey.
Well, I don't think.
But
in
high school, I don't know what the rule is, and if you pull it from here or.
I think you've got to reach back and grab the back of the shoulder pads.
That's almost been pretty much eradicated out of the game.
Yeah.
As Gay hands that one off. Ooh, there's a duck of the head by good strong run right there. That looked like it was number 16, Zane Shirley. And a tough run.
The ball down just shy of another first down.
He may be vying for some more offensive playing time. That was a hard run right there.
Yeah, he wants some time.
He's listed as a kicker, and he does kick for him. But tell you what, he might be a weapon for them to use as they move on in the season. Zane Shirley. Number 3, that's Jack Polhill. That ball snapped over Gay's head. Westfield gives chase. Gay picks it up. He's going to break outside, looking to cut back, and Westfield tracks him down inside the Trinity 35-yard line down at the 32. Westfield does a good job tracking him down, but not a whole lot you can do there if you're Gay.
No, you're better off just to get to the ground.
Right. He tried to make as much out of it as he could, but again, as you mentioned, not a whole lot there. It's hard to do anything when the ball snapped over your head for a 15-yard loss.
There was way too many of our jerseys
chasing him down.
By him, and he was by himself.
Absolutely, so. I believe Gay is back in there at quarterback. Lefty throwing deep. That ball may be picked, and it's dropped. Tries to go up and make the play on it.
It's Jackson St. Clair again.
Ball falls incomplete. Now we got 4th down for the Crusaders.
So 4th down and 25 for the Crusaders. Gay just kind of heaved that one up. Westfield will go to 1-0 on the young season. Trinity Christian will drop to 1-1. This is a non-region contest for both squads, but they so close in proximity, it's kind of a no-brainer. Carson Martin trying to scramble onto the field.
He was icing his leg down.
Looks like they don't even have the play clock running, though. It was dead at 26. Now it's running.
Yeah.
We're under 2 minutes to go, 1:57. They have the punt team out. And a high punt, spinning end over end, kind of sideways, and takes a dead turn left.
And out of bounds at the 42-yard line.
2-yard line.
42-yard line. We'll take over first down at 10 with a minute.
And we'll have a chance probably to run a couple snaps.
Right, and then it should wrap things up. We'll go straight into our Westfield Booster Club post-game show. That one right there looked like my dad's wedge shot from about 50 yards out.
It checked up quite nicely.
Oh, it was on a side hill lie right to left, and so it bounced dead left.
Okay, yeah.
No spin to it. No, I'm just kidding. He does this Arnold Palmer thing when he follows through. No. So Connor Fitzpatrick back out there. It looks like Nicholas Free to his side. He's got 3 wide receivers left. And handoff to Free. Free trying to find some running room. Nothing there. That'll bring up 2nd down and 10. And they may get one more playoff. So you have some things to build on with the youngsters if you're Coach Fitzpatrick, but you also have some teaching moments, especially in the special teams.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you're going to find things to pick apart there.
Looks like you got is that 25 in there?
23.
23 in there, and that is
Bryson
Jones. And he's going to take the handoff and get mauled up front. And that'll be the last play of the ball game.
Yep. Brought down by Luke Bailey.
So Luke Bailey makes the play on Bryson Jones to end the game.
That'll be the final play of the game.
Excuse me. Again, Westfield
51.
Goes to 1-0 on the season, 51-21 your score. The Hornets defeat the Crusaders of Trinity Christian. We'll go straight into our
sustained injuries tonight.
Westfield Booster Club postgame show. I'd like to thank Westfield and their Booster Club for their support of the Middle Georgia Sports Network. And Coach Champion, if we were going to give a Sonic Player of the Game, I think I'm going to have to say the offensive line. I mean, I know that that's kind of a cop-out, but, I mean, the offensive line, defensive line play was outstanding.
It made a lot of the skilled people look really good, so I would agree with you there.
So, obviously, lots to clean up between now and next week. The Hornets will travel up I-75 for a pretty fun matchup, I'll call it that, with the Stratford Eagles, a former GISA member.
Oh, yeah.
A former team that Westfield played quite frequently and won their first state championship facing back in 2013. So it should be quite a fun matchup. And it looks like Westfield will have some things, Coach, to really wrap a bow on, if you will, and fix up and get better at. But, the best thing that you could do in a game one is be 1-0 after it, and that's what they are.
That's all you can. That's all you can do is be 1-0. That's all you can do is be 1-0, and we are. And I'm sure the coaches will find some things to work on and get better at and pick apart in the film room, and you can go back to work and start getting ready for a Stratford team.
Absolutely. So what we'll do is we'll sign off here from Cleve Warnock Field on the campus of Trinity Christian School over here in Dublin. Westfield wins tonight, 51-21. I'd like to thank Logan Veal, my dad, for driving over here with me, Coach Champion, for joining us on the broadcast and dropping us all types of coaching wisdom
I don't know about that.
And pearls of ingenious thought. I'd like to wish everybody safe travels back home as they get either home here from Trinity or back over to Perry in the Middle Georgia area, if you will. But it was a great night for the Hornets and great to be back on the football field. And we will see everybody next week up at Stratford Academy. Westfield will take them on. Westfield's a victor here tonight, 51-21. Saying so long here from Dublin on the Middle Georgia Sports Network.